The gap between raising your arms in glory or letting them fall down in agony is sometimes less than 1 centimeter. Tonight, we have our gladiators battling it out in our Classics Solo Final. Hello to all, I am the biggest of all dogs. We are here for PCM World Cup 2023. As I said, Solo Classic Final, and we'll have 6 gladiators in the arena trying to fight for the gold medal. With me are Hillings and Finn, Maya the 90th. Hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you guys hyped?
Yes. I would be more hyped if Groot could have been playing. Noob can't make it.
Do we have a confirmation on who replaces him, by the way?
Yeah, George.
Oh wait, George is coming. Okay.
Yeah, he's already in lobby.
This means that we will have 3 PCM UK players in a final. I don't know if that's if that's not a record. It's at least a joint record. I don't remember more than 3, but I don't remember 3 either. Maybe Classics 2020. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure in Classics 2020 there were a good amount of Brits.
Let's keep in mind that today, or these hours even, are the final hours of ASG as Classic World Champion. But since you like to spice things up, we have the possibility of George succeeding him. Guys, any comments on that?
No. But to be honest, I don't think George will have a lot of chances here. I mean, he was out already, and the parkour seems to be quite well chosen, despite it being classics. That it's quite a skilled parkour. Let's see.
Your parkour?
Yeah.
What's that, Mal? So, looking at our parkour, what do you guys make of these? Start with you, Finn.
First stage should be a sprint. Pretty surely. I mean, yeah, there are some hills to make gaps, but usually my Milano Sanremo is not like the stage where you can really gap good. The really steep hills are like in the middle. We have 4 times the small bump, but you won't make a gap there until the finish. So yeah, first stage I guess a sprint. Second stage I don't know what to expect from. I hope we will see an interesting stage. It's like not really the stage you would expect, but let's see. And the Ronde, I hope for a good attack, to be honest. It's a place where you can attack, but it's also possible that we just have a sprint of the colors. So yeah, let's see.
Ellings, are you excited for these parkours?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see if anyone is able to follow Basso on the last stage, as he has been completely dominant on the cobbles so far this World Cup. So the goal for anyone who wants to win has to be to have a good gap on Basso before the last stage.
I think everyone's curious to see that. So, as we can see on our screen, Milano Sanremo, then we have La Planche and Ronde van Vlaanderen. These are our final 3 races of Classic Solo, and let's meet our gladiators. Emil, when you're ready. All right, here we go. Basso, Miru, Joe Whiteley, Swagson, Aquarius, and George. So we have Basso from PCM Eastern Europe, Miru and Aqua from PCM Spain, Joe Whiteley, Swagson, and George from PCM UK. Guys, who is your favorite?
Either Joe or Basso.
Hillings?
Well, it's hard to disagree. Joe is one, alongside Leo Landry, possibly the best road player, and Basso has been very good in classics so far. I went through the results earlier, and he's won pretty much every race except 3.
So
interesting.
We have Joe and Basso by Finn and Hillings. I'm going to say Joe or Swagson, but obviously Basso is probably one of the main favorites. I just don't want to do the same prediction, obviously. But I think that if we look at the history of these guys and their skills, I think Joe, Basso, Swagson, top contenders, Miru very strong as well. Then more on an outside note, we'll have Aquarius that hasn't pretty much played in 1 year and returned, I think, pretty much in these World Championships too. And we have George that wasn't even meant to be here, but might have the chance for his fairy tale ending of the World Championship. So I think we have all types of the necessary players into the final. We have the favorite, the underdog, we have the comeback. I think this promises to be a very exciting lobby. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Def-
It's
All
like
right.
the usual classics final lobby you have. It's not like the most common players that are in the final, like in Tour Inline final, we see Leo Falandri, we see obviously Joe too, but here like you have like some of the outsiders that what Classic always give, as we also see ASG champion last year. But yeah, that's like usual
Let's
classics final
hope
lobby, but interesting.
nothing against CSG, of course, but let's just hope that we don't need to treat Reese tonight to have a world champion. Because that was a bit anticlimactic, regardless of who would win it at the end. Doing a stage 4 times is always like, I guess, boring is the best word. Nothing against ASG's win. Uh, and as you were saying, yeah, this is the magic of classics. There is always the element of surprise or randomness, if you want to call it. So there's always the surprise outsiders. But once they're here, they're in the final, and to be a world champion, first you have to be in the final, and they're here. So I would say they have everyone has the same chances. Obviously, others with more favoritism than some of their counterparts, but being here is the most important thing, and these 6 have made it. So let's see who will be the new world champion. And as we speak, I'm waiting for the picture of our lobby. Don't know if it has already been formed or not. Finn, do you have any information on that?
Yeah, but right now we're in loading screen where we will need to read for Joe. Emea will be streaming it to you, and I can comment when I see something in lobby.
Yeah, we already have the picture, and we'll be showing it soon when the lobby is pretty much done. Again, I'm going to take a quick look at the parkours that we discussed. Quick relook at them, even, because I think that we have the potential here for maybe 2 sprint stages, and I don't mean necessarily massive bunch sprints, but can we expect, for example, in Round or Milano San Remo, see an isolated leader attacking, looking at the lobby, for example?
I have my doubt. I have my doubts that they will take too many risks in the first race. I think they want to just battle it out at the end, and knowing the energy management of Joe especially, I think he will maybe in the end have the strongest card for Milan Sanremo. He has a very good ability to manage his 78 sprinter above mountains and hills and whatever he's facing.
Here's the thing. We were talking as well about Basso and how dominant he's been on the cobble stages. But let's keep in mind, the cobble stage this time is the last one, which means a lot can already be decided, not necessarily everything, obviously, but a lot can and will already somehow be written after the first 2 stages. So those first 2 stages are obviously going to be super important for whoever wants to win a gold or anything. And obviously, as the final stage will be a decider, it might impact the importance of an attack on the cobbles. So Basso still has 2 stages before that where he actually has to perform. Do we think he will do it at a great level? Will the stress or the pressure get to him? What do you guys think?
Well, as I said, he has only 3 results where he hasn't won a race, so his sprinting ability is definitely at hand.
I mean, I think Basso still. I mean, of course, he performed really good the whole year, but I think he still lacks a bit of experience to match like Gabi or Leo in like tour inline in the mountains. But on classics, I think he already reached the top level. So yeah, I think possibly.
All right, and as we are waiting for our lobby to start, let's let's remind everyone of what we saw yesterday. Yesterday was the end of team competition, and we had a team inline final. We also decided, obviously, the track plus road overall winner as well as the road overall winner. I don't know if you guys followed any of the
Of course.
stages. Did you?
Yeah, of course. We were still in a shot for an overall podium. I mean, we got like 5 gold medals this World Championships, which is pretty much one of the best results you can get near to winning the overall. But an overall podium would have been a nice ending. But in the end, the results of inline final didn't go as we would have needed. But yeah, 5 golds.
So let's do a quick balance of the Team World Championship competition as it's already over. Who would you guys say was the biggest disappointment?
Hard to say.
I would say Super Meme.
Nah, not really sure. They didn't play often. I mean, they choked road, yes.
Yeah, but I think they should have done a bit better on road, given their not just the history, but the ability that they have. Like you said, they're not regular players anymore, or most of them. But still, I think, like you said, they did choke road a little bit. Killings, do you have any?
Well, I'm looking at the
disappointment?
team overall, and
It was Luxor's winning track, right?
Yes.
yes,
All right.
and it's hard to say really who has underperformed. Maybe I expected more from Vasi, with Hubi as their frontman.
Vasi, interesting pick. We did expect some good things from them. Sorry, and like you said, with Newbie as well, and they ended up not showcasing as much as we would have liked. Who was the MVP team of the tournament?
Well, for me, I have to actually give it to Team Skype. Skype has an interesting build of the team. It seems like they have two teams in one team, one track team and one road team, and they performed very, very strong.
Yeah, need to say Skype did like the last years Skype never really got to the level they were like in 2019, 2020 where they always got an overall podium because the general road level got higher, so they they weren't able to match in road anymore, which cost them the overall podium. But getting Mikko Toinu this year got them a second in overall again, which is really deserved.
I'm going to be a bit biased and say PCM UK. I think that after we lost some great names like Finn and Nathan, the expectations were probably not as high as they were in the past, and still we got our best classification of all time in track plus road overall. We got 3 gold medals. We got a silver and a bronze. The silver that was in ITT, which is the first. So I'm really happy with what we did. I do agree that Skype was also a very strong team. But if I had to pick at the end of the day, I'm going to say Village, because at the end they were the most regular and they won the overall gold track and road, even without winning a single gold medal, which is, I think, the first.
That's kind of sad.
Yes, it is. Finn, please read and pay
We
attention.
already read. We are on the starting line again. I hope this time with the right rosters.
Emma tells you to pay attention to his indications. He's writing to you, and I think he actually wants a new read because I'm not sure he is managing to enter the lobby. So if you could see what he's saying, basically, yeah, Emma. Basically, when he rejoined, oh, the rosters of everyone changed. Oh yeah, so it's bugged. So if you could,
Yeah, but we already read the roster change, so it's fine again. Should be good.
Okay, Emma, can you enter the lobby at this point?
Wait. I'm talking with Eme already.
All right, nice. So, we're talking about teams. So, as I was saying, we had the European Luxors winning gold in track. Road gold was for PCM UK, and the overall combined of both track and road was for Village. That, as we were talking about, winning overall, without winning a gold medal, I've never experienced any of those things with or without gold medals. But it must be a very bittersweet feeling, I would say. Would you guys agree?
Definitely. But like you told it was about consistency, but Village is actually just seventh in road.
Yeah, I guess a great track campaign saved them.
And
Uh,
you can say Portugal with third and fourth in road, and so it's I
what
don't
about
I
Portugal, by the way? Uh, Yet another year that they do not win overall. Of course, they can't win it every single year, but did we expect more for them than the? I don't know if it was third place or fourth place in overall, if I recall correctly.
fourth
Who?
place in overall. Yes,
Fourth, yes. A bit underwhelming or within normal? What do you guys think?
No, top four, even top five were really close. It was all about inline. Portugal and Village were the ones battling the title for overall in the end. Village won the battle between those two. Portugal didn't win it, so yeah, they got fourth, but I don't think they really care. They wanted to win the overall, but in the end, yeah, it was
I think
not.
the downfall for Portugal was they failing team classics. If they had managed better, if they reached finals, there would be no chance for Village to win it.
Well, there are talks about John Gacho, one of the most infamous players of Team Portugal, and ended up being ejected from the team mid-competition um, after disobeying a team order. Do we? What can we say about it? I mean, should he have been given another chance, or was it just time? Did Portugal do the right thing?
Well, we all know Gacho and his ways, and it's maybe a bit controversial from time to time, but there's no doubt that he's a pretty decent PCM player, and he can make a difference. And even though he makes weird moves sometimes, it has in the past worked for his advantage as well.
But then again, the essence of team is that coordination, that everyone being on the same page, and at all points listening to your leader, no matter how much you disagree without questioning. Because if you take too long questioning, you might just throw it all under the bus. So it's almost like a complicated ecosystem where everything has to be in sync. So I guess I understand.
We are going.
Oh, okay. So I guess I understand why no one would like someone to disobey the team orders. At the end, it worked out for them. I think it was in Tour, if I recall correctly. But as you said, yeah, I think the downfall on classics ended up working against them for the overall. So I think they did a good World Championship.
Well, they definitely did a good championship.
All right, and it seems that we are finally launching for good. Let us wait and see. Go Basso, Go Joe says Ninja. Jakob says Go Basso. Ben Young has a really creepy, ugly emoji, but we all love Brand, obviously. And ASG says fake final. Honestly, we disagree. But welcome to all. Tell us. You already told us your favorites, so tell us more predictions of who will win each stage if you guys want. Join the conversation in the chat and all of that jazz. As we prepare for stage one, hopefully, fingers crossing, hoping it's this time.
Well, we have to wait at least 10 minutes before EMEA's computer loads in. Hopefully, when he reaches Sunday and it eventually takes fire, he can get a new improved PC so he can actually showcase this lovely 15 FPS game.
Yes, I think it's just time to ask for an impeachment after the World Championship, so that we can have someone that doesn't generate lakes and seas. Yes, the game sucks in there, but if you know this, why use full graphics? Just do medium or something. I mean, I would go without any, because that's the game we have. Oh, it is. Really? Oh, that's even sadder. Are we launching? Are we not? No, we're generating something. My Italian isn't that advanced for me to know what it
Yeah,
is.
the Agnetto.
Oggetti, I think. I don't even know what that is. Intersezione, I know what that is, obviously.
We love generating intersection in this game.
Don't we? I mean, speaking of which, as soon as we have our confirmation,
We are still waiting EMEA to load.
of course we are. Wait, another fake attempt. It didn't happen, so it's now generating strade and intersezione again. Yeah, that's probably right. Intersezione, something like that. My Italian isn't really strong. I blame
We're
Grouchy.
generating teams and cyclists. Oh, we are making progress.
And we
have
I see
image.
contact.
When it comes to the terrain, but at least
There's a lot of blinking, but we have contact.
And of course,
There's a lot of blinking.
with a bit of daring
There's
won't
so
make
much
their
blinking
life
in there.
I'm glad I don't have epilepsy here.
Please tell me you're not alt tapped. This blinking is surreal. Oh fuck. Let me see if it shows on the stream. Yeah, it does. It's annoying. Whoa, my eyes, says Ninja. Groot doesn't play, but George does, says Ben Young. It's true. Hype.
We have a combination stream today. PCM Classics Final and Disco Lights.
Guys, try to not have a I don't even remember the word now. A seizure. An epileptic seizure, yes, while watching this. Alright, see if that helps. We're gonna try closing and reopening stream to see if the blinking stops, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go anywhere. I think you'll still listen to me, you just won't have any picture for a few seconds. And it's back, and it's still blinking. There's no tomorrow. Perhaps if no graphics, it could have worked. We'll never know.
So, Big Dog, do you have faith in an attack going in on this stage?
No.
And who do you think will stand out?
I really don't think an attack can go here. Obviously, it's not only PCM, it's the World Championship, and it's been known that in the World Championship is where people usually, especially in these strong lobbies like finals and semifinals, is where people look at each other and wait when someone attacks.
So we do see some difference in rosters. George and Basso picked their 76 Mountain. Miru picked his Miru and Aquarius, I think, picked their TT rider. Only Miru, I'm not quite sure right now. And Joe and Swagson picked their 83
What guy?
83 flat guy. The other 5 riders are the same in all teams, like Punch, 78 Sprint, the 82 Mountain, the usual ones. But in that last rider, we do see some differences.
All right, you're gonna have to rejoin EMEA because we're all gonna get an epileptic seizure if this continues. We'll have Finn there telling us what's going on while you restart your game, but this is uncommentable. And as I was telling you, Hillings, I think because of that special circumstance, especially in finals where people just look at each other, yeah, obviously a break can always succeed, but I think it's unlikely. I think we're going to see people sprinting here. I think that the final here will obviously be decisive if someone manages to get...
Discord.
What's that?
I opened stream on Discord.
Thank you so much. See?
Okay, but you said this is in these lobbies, they have a tendency to look at each other.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best opportunity to attack?
Yeah, that's why. That's what I'm saying. Because of that, obviously, a breakaway is always possible, and it can happen. Yes. However, I have my doubts. Looking at this race, I think that someone will be ready to close. I think in this particular stage, it might come down to a sprint between the leaders, or at max, someone will try to get that gap in the final difficulty of the day. I don't think a break will take it. Maybe an attack, but I think it's gonna come down to that either a sprint of the leaders or someone trying to get a gap and succeeding on that final difficulty of the day. But that's just my opinion. Countless times I've played these types of races, and I've seen them be played. Yes, yes, please do that. So many times for world championships.
Hmm.
I'm back, and I think Emea already told you, but we are back live and also have an image again. I don't know who's talking. Emea said no one is talking, but yeah, I'm back.
No, we didn't have any messages, or I didn't know we were back. Let's see.
We are back live. Now, right now, we are seeing Barso, Joe, and George having a break with 1.5 minutes, so only 3 of the players are in the lead. They are pacing to keep the gap.
All
It's
right.
115 kilometers to go.
It is my understanding that we are back live
Yeah, we are.
and not blinking. Awesome.
And not blinking.
Superb.
I
What
will
is-
stop my stream on Discord too to prevent lag. Emea is there again.
Yeah. What's the situation, Finn, since you've been there?
Emea is still loading. So I
Yeah.
will put my stream up in the meanwhile again, of course. I thought he's already in. As I said, we have Barso with 4 riders, George with 4 riders, and Joe with 2? No, wait. No, we have George with 3, Barso with 4, and Joe with 3. No, Joe with 2. Okay, now we have it. Joe with 2, George with 4, and
Are you
Barso
okay
with
there,
4.
Finn?
Yeah, it was confusing because of the 2 Grand Britain teams. There was a bit.
All right. Do we have any 78 sprinter in there? Probably not.
Yes, we have George 1.
Oh.
And
Do you think that could be an advantage for George, Finn?
I don't think so.
I'm not necessarily sure. He's alone, and Barso is therefore making the pace really hard up front, because obviously he wants George Sprinter to not really survive it. And I think this can be even more a disadvantage because it's only 1.5 minutes, and the pace up front seems to be harder than behind. So
I
maybe
think
the
he's
78
wasting.
sprint.
I think he's wasting green bar when the others are very well tucked in the peloton. So this is the last place he wants to be, while everyone's still tending to their 78 sprinters trying to
I
take
mean,
them
if you
home.
look behind, they are taking the chill here. Miru's in the last position of the peloton, Aquarius also here. And yeah, I think as it's only 2 minutes, it's not really a good advantage seeing the hard pace we have here. Onto this really small hills, we're going to have so
We
hard
are-
pace.
we will
Yeah.
be live now with EMEA finally,
Yeah,
which
so I will
will
be
give us
skipping.
That
yeah.
should be to the
See
liking
if
of
that
most
improves
riders.
your lag experience as well. See if it ends your lag in this case, and if it improves display in the lobby. And meanwhile, we are seeing Ukarsi from George. Oh, for fuck's sake, stop typing him, yeah.
Well,
And
I can just say, seeing
please,
Michieri going off that again and again and again, it gives me heartache after spending hours tryharding the last TTT for the final on Friday. So prepare yourself, big dog, because you're gonna love
I
it.
haven't tried that one yet. Even oh fuck my life.
I mean, as
I
you see,
don't-
Barso's really, really pushing it up those climbs, and I think that is what somewhat fucks the 78 of George, because it's harder to keep up this pace than the pace that they are going behind. Like, if you see what they are doing here, it's slower.
Do you think it's worth it for Basso to spend that many bars to get rid of George?
I don't necessarily think it's to get rid of George, to be honest.
Stage of the race.
Emir asked me if we covered roster difference, who has different choices.
We
I think
did.
he was busy rebooting his PC, so I'm gonna give a quick recap. We have 5 riders that pretty much everyone picked: the Hill Rider, the 82 Mountain, the 78 Sprinter, like the usual ones. But at the 6th rider, we saw 2 people picking the 76 Mountain. We also saw 2 people picking the 83 Flat, and we also saw someone picking the TT guy, if I recall it correctly.
Oh, good lord.
I'm not 100% sure who had who right now. I would need
Well,
to
now
check.
we want to know. Obviously, I know George and Boss have the 76. I know Joe has the 83
yeah,
flat for sure. Am I
George
correct?
George is with the 76, yes. Basso also with the 76, you are correct.
Okay.
Wait, let me. Yeah, the 83 is at Joe. Miru had the TT guy, I think, if I recall. Yeah, Miru TT guy. Aquarius also 83 flat. And Swagson also 83 flat, yes. And to resume, the 5 usual riders I meant are the 78 Sprinter, the Hill Guy, the 82 Mountain, the 78 Mountain, and the Cobbler. Those 5 are, with all players at the 6th rider, we have some differences.
So, George, Basso, Joe, Swagson, and Carlos doing their tactical choices, and Miru smoking the good weed.
Yeah, Miro is the
Falling
only one with the
behind,
TT
a
guy,
team leader is
then we have
falling
2 with
behind.
76 and 3 with 83 flat.
Finn and Hillings.
George is definitely using the PCM UK tactics, sitting on the bottom, sitting on the end of the peloton and dropping. We have
And
seen
not
it
working
before,
well,
and
but
we will see it again.
Aqua is with him, so it might be a saving grace for his race. Hey, I
Yeah,
made
as
a rhyme.
Emir focuses on behind, I will gonna call a little what's going on up the front. We still have the same picture, Barso pacing hard, George on his wheel. I think George is on maintain with all 4 riders on the train. And yeah, Joe is just taking the chill, only having 2 riders, but now Joe is upping the pace going into the climb. Let's see. Barso pushing it really hard again, I think.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
So, what do you think Joe is using his 82 mountain going up this mountain? Like, why would he sacrifice him?
I mean, I think it's to keep up with Barsto's hard pace first, because 82 mountain is not like it is a good 82 on the mountain.
I think it's just a matter of pace, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think it's necessarily because he wants to spend the 82 mountain, but more like he needs to. We also saw his other rider being dropped over the top.
There's
So yeah,
COVID among these riders, as we see Remco Evenepoel. Guys, do you have your masks on? Particularly you, Finn, that are actually in the race. Okay. On a more serious note, we're still trying to find out. There we go. I think George and well, Aqua's not back actually. He still has some
is
there.
Aqua's let me check. Is it Aqua's 78 Sprinter? No, it's not. So it's not.
No,
back.
it's Maz. It's still a helpful rider though, so
Of course,
for
of
him
course.
to recover it. It's 1 minute and 47.71.5 to go. Round and round we go, and we still have quite a few kilometers to
We
cover.
passed the steep climbs now and gonna go on to Poggio, Pompeiana, and Cipressa soon. 4 climbs in total left, but they're not as steep as the ones we just said.
As we see one of the Yates brothers leading Georgia's team, leading the pace in E1 for Georgia's team. That still has Bosco and I believe Joe Whiteley's 2 riders with him. And here in the peloton, there is a rampage in pace. There's definitely some acceleration there, going into the usual up and down of the hilly sections. Let's see if everyone is paying attention. Now Miru, not sure if he was positioning or moving, but then I came to E1 for some bizarre reason. Thank you. So Joe and George actually in the back of the peloton playing the usual PCM UK game.
Are we surprised?
Not really.
The only surprise is that Swagston is not there with them.
Let's keep in mind, especially in the last climbing portion, so to speak, of the day, less difficulty of the day, positioning is going to be so important. So let's see if who's going to remember that, but more importantly, who's going to be able to keep that positioning at the front.
Yeah, going over Poggio, you should be in the front 5 to really stand a chance to win the stage.
Absolutely, I agree. It's one of those stages where positioning is key, and let's see, we'll definitely see a big fight for it if there's still a few riders. And here we have 10-man break, 1 minute and 5 seconds, as you're about to go to Cipressa, 2.4 kilometers towards it, and still the same race situation. What's the game plan here for George Hillings? If you were him with his 78 sprinter at the front, what would be the game plan at this point?
Well, now it's down to 1 minute, so by this time it's maybe to slow down and try and survive.
And
he can make him roll over this time and have a small gap so he can chill in the downhill, but eventually he will
who's the second guy of Joe there with Swift? If you could go back to
It's Thomas. It's Thomas there.
Oh, it's Thomas. So Joe has the best of both worlds going on right now. Doesn't need to work in any of the groups. Is present at both, just chilling.
Attacking. Up front.
There's an attack up front, you said? Basso? Okay, Basso goes 3 riders. But I think it's gonna be close. Let's see, actually. And it's George immediately following.
It's hard for us to get away from George. George has 4 riders, and all their work is to get the 78 to the line.
Well, he still has to do Cipressa, he still has to do Poggio, he still has a lot of steepness to be faced, and he's been with his sprinter spending so many bars. Let's see how things work for him. And here we go, 1 minute and 5 still. The gap has been stable. We still have 9 men left at the front. We see Miles working for Aquarius. There's space going on before Cipressa. An acceleration there from Miru.
Really
Definitely trying to close. Yeah,
catch him up Cipressa this time.
He's really trying to
But
push him back.
you can actually see George working in the front. He's been sitting on the wheel of Basso most of the race, but now George has taken the lead and is now pushing to try and hold the gap.
And now one of the best hopes for Georgia's 78 sprinter would indeed be not be caught before Cipressa, and as Cipressa has begun, his 78 sprinter lives to fight another day for now.
So tries the attack again. But with
Basso
3 riders, it's hard to get a gap.
Also, he's really pushing George's limit.
Yes, he is, and he knows he also has Joe Whiteley on his tail. which, despite only having 2 riders, is always the most dangerous guy to have behind you, shadowing you.
But I like the initiative of George here. He's a reserve. He's trying to take advantage of being the dark horse and trying to get the gap.
6.4 kilometers into Pompeiana, and we still have 42 seconds for the break. It's getting closer and closer. 35 now, and Miru relaying with Sanchez.
Pompeiana, it starts really hard, and you have a slow section in the middle before it finishes just as hard as it started.
Yeah, and Pompeiana might be a decisive moment of the race. Let's see, because the pace continues to go bananas in the peloton while they try to catch this break. The break still has 35 to 40 seconds, and now it's Aquarius pacing like a madman to try and catch them with Slackson and Miru.
But we all know that Milan-San Remo was always decided by who is in front of Poggio.
Yes.
And everyone in the lobby knows this. Wouldn't it be an idea now, already on Pompeiana, to start moving your team up?
I think that since there is still a break to catch, that isn't the highest priority. You gotta have that call of knowing when to risk going into the front and looking into that positioning. I don't think
you can see Basso has already moved his sprinter up in the peloton.
I think the important part is to make sure you're well positioned enough in Pompeiana to actually survive and not be gapped. And afterward, you have the full downhill and that little bit of flat section. That's the ideal part to start preparing your positioning into the podium.
Miru's really working here to get back to George. George has done a very fun attack, but I think he will be punished when they were.
And there were 5. Basso has 2 riders. George has 2 riders. Geraint Thomas is alone right now for Joe. 1 rider, 27 seconds acceleration, and the peloton
gap
continues.
is getting close.
And Luis Leon Sanchez attacks. Goes again. Quickly closed there by Flexon on his wheel like a hound. And Miru's going to close the break right now. 17.5 kilometers to go. 8 kilometers into the Poggio. Round and round we go, and we're back to where we started with everyone in the main group. And now, this exact moment is where people will start fighting for that positioning. We already see Joe Whiteley's Simon Carr there at the front. Waxon arrives at the front with Patterson and 2 more riders. And now this is the flat where everyone's battling for that positioning. It already started in the downhill. Now is where they need to finalize that positioning. Joe Whiteley accelerating now.
Joe Whiteley going with his puncher. Making ready to really push over Poggio, it seems.
So Whiteley is ready to attack the Poggio. Let's see what he can do here. It's Aquarius immediately trying to close him. It's a short gap. Let's see if he's going to keep it when the Poggio starts. He is. We are at the Poggio for kilometers of 3.8% average, 160 meters of altitude, and they close it.
But Joe has a nice advantage going into Poggio now.
Good positioning for Joe.
And he can really put the pace down.
He's accelerating again.
Here we see Basso, not surprisingly, going to the front. Basso has been really strong in the sprint so far. Can he continue the winning streak?
To go, we're gonna go soon into the downhill, and it's Basso, Joe, and Swaxon at the front of the race. 5.3 to go as they accelerate. It's Simon Carr leading the peloton at this point. 4.9 into the downhill we go. We're about to see the final sprint.
I think at this moment, Basso and Swaxon are looking the strongest. Having Pedersen and Baska in the front, but it seems like McLeay is making the way up.
Yeah, manages to connect his strain, I think. Go a little bit to the front. Amado sprint about to launch. 2.8 to go, 2.4. There we go. It's Basso accelerating, preparing his launch. He's going to launch now with Baska. And George comes from the left side, but Basso has a great positioning. Someone's coming from the right side. I think it's Waxon. George George. Oh,
Here
it's
comes
gonna be Joe Russell. Joe Russell.
He
Joe.
snatched
Joe.
victory
Oh,
in
it's
the fast
Hero.
sprint
Oh,
finish.
Aquarius.
He
It's
can thank his
Aquarius.
teammates who led him
Aquarius
out in
won in
perfect
front of
conditions.
Joe and Swagson.
It's Aquarius. It's Joe. It's Swagson. It's Russell in fourth.
The
Then
race
Joe
is
again in
run, but the
fifth,
poor
and you
souls bringing
only
up the rear continue
sixth
to
with
cross the
George
line.
only
It's a bit of a
seventh.
nightmare for
Guys,
the
what
morale.
a sprint!
Sad for George, who launched a bit too early. He ended 7th and 8th. He's been very active this stage, so we wanted more for him. But congratulations to Aquarius for winning the stage, and a strong finish by the others from PCM UK.
Aquarius coming from almost from retirement, quote unquote, to win stage one of solo classics final and put himself virtually for now in the gold medal position. How much of a fairy tale comeback would this be if it ended like this right now?
I think it would be very surprising for many that Aquarius would maybe even be in the finals, yet alone win it.
That's finished. Nice stage, says Basso. In the meantime, quick reminder, it was Abela Studi from Aquarius winning the stage. Second place, Simon Carr for Joe Whiteley. Third place, Mads Pedersen for Claxton. Then Basso. And then Miro only sixth, as Joe did fifth as well. And then George seventh and eighth. So we are waiting for the classifications. There they are. And we are waiting for the actual standings of the group. Let me see. I don't think Aquarius has anyone else here. So he's going to take the 100 points. Joe has second and fifth. Not sure if that gives a bonus. I don't remember. Does any of you remember even? I guess not. And we're waiting for the standings of the actual group here. After Aquarius surprised everyone when it looked like it was going to be between Joe and Basso. After George had a good advantage there, he launched a bit too soon though. Then we saw Basso. Then it looked like it was going to be Joe, and out of nowhere, like a madman, like a freight train, it's Aquarius stealing the win. Congratulations to Aquarius on winning stage one. Seguimos. And as we wait for stage two, let me just take a quick look to see if we have updated standings or not. We do. Aqua is leading 100 points. Joe Whiteley second, 72. Swagson third, 50. Basso fourth, 35. Miru fifth, 25. And George sixth in the mud with 18 points. Like Helling said, we did expect a bit more from him. He fought for it. He really did. But the ending kind of was really bitter for him. Bitter even because it was so close. He was there at the front, but he launched too soon. Would you agree, Hillings?
Definitely.
So what do we expect on this stage now? Second one, Planche.
I think in Planche it will be, well, in Milan San Remo you always have this lottery feeling of the sprint, but in Planche I don't think we will see the same lottery feeling. I think the best player will win this, and for me it's going to be between Basso Joe and maybe Mido. I don't have the feeling Swagson is at the same level at the moment.
Let's see, because right now, obviously, it's important to remind everyone that it's just one stage. Everything is still out on the open. But right now, it's Aquarius leading, and right now, as you said, you talked about Joe and Basso, and they're actually on. Joe is on a prime position to still fight for that gold. Obviously, Basso being a bit behind isn't also out of it by any means. And Swagson even is a bit ahead of Basso. So let's see if he can contradict your thought. Doesn't mean you're wrong, obviously, but let's see if we can have surprises or upsets here. But right now, it's looking good for example, Joe. Even though second place, it's still a great spot to be going into Planche. for Aquarius even better. But let's see if he can keep up that regularity, because it's been a while since he's playing regularly, and this is the final of the World Championships. Can he
Yes.
do it?
And we have to take into consideration that the race dynamic has definitely changed from stage 1 in Sanremo until now, because now points are in play. So George and Miro basically doesn't have to work. Aquarius and Joe are the ones everyone will be looking for to close gaps, and it's going to be a completely different race, I think.
Yeah, and as you said, and well, it's always important to remind everyone watching about this, that the dynamics of the first stage completely shift coming into the second one, because what happened there now changes everyone's need, so things will be completely different in this stage. And as we speak, I am preparing a poll, so everyone watching, make sure you vote.
Pole position, like Frabo would say. Pole position.
Wait, why do I only have? I only have 5 maximum responses. So I'm gonna put Hero or George in one, because I already had it written in the others. Nothing against any of them. And we're gonna do the poll. Tell us, who do you think will win gold? Poll is up.
Who will win gold? I have casted my vote.
Oh, speaking of which, let me cast mine. Okay, there we go. That's gonna be a steep ending. Hillings, how important is energy management in this stage, especially when compared to the first one, which did not have an ending like this?
Well, to be honest, I'm too bad at energy management, so I always lose these kinds of stages, so that should tell you something about how important energy is.
That is correct. And to be honest, while I've become quite decent at it, with this game, a lot of how that is done changed, because now it's more important than ever. So yeah, I've been a bit muddled in that chapter as well, so I feel you. And here we have George, Van Swift, and I think Miro is actually the one that's going to do the... Yeah, there he is, we joined them. And we're only 7 seconds only, so we're waiting to see who will try. Yeah.
Gabi posted a picture, which is quite interesting, that the winner of Milan Sanremo wasn't actually in top 15 on top of Poggio.
Really?
Yeah.
The classics are random. Let me see. Yeah, correct. I mean, there's obviously randomness to classics. Let's face it. Every time we think about classics, or that we're talking about classics in streams or in our own private conversation chats, team chats, whatever, we always say, "Oh yeah, but it's classics." Let's not forget, there's a lot of randomness into it. Yes, so I can agree with that. In what Gabi is saying, but obviously there also needs to be skill. You also need to know what you're doing. Urge to reply to something here.
So far during this race, we have now George with his man leading out himself, going in a breakaway that I don't doubt is planned. He's just riding away, slow and steady.
Wait, who is? I missed it. Is it still George?
Yes, George has one man up front.
Wow, I mean, sometimes you get those gaps in silly ways, but if you take advantage of them, you might actually create a break there. Ronaldo isn't the case. He's just going with it at his own pace, 26 seconds, and no one is aching to attack as of yet. And of course, keeping in mind it's over 200 kilometers, can't blame them.
Well, we can follow George's attempt with. I guess it's. Is it Ben Swift?
I think it was at least the first American. We check.
Is it Connor or Ben Swift?
It's Ben Swift.
Ah. And George is chasing himself. What a tactic!
He's really not. The gap is increasing. Well, was, and now he is. Oh, but he's gonna join. So yes, he's taking the opportunity to try and lead and make a break out of any attacks with you, Carty, and not sure who else. Knox.
But we can see in the game chat, Basso is writing. Well, why am I pacing? This is what we're talking about when it's changed the dynamics.
Indeed.
But now we see Miru up front. Miru and Swaxon.
And that was what I wanted to ask you, because sometimes these dynamics that are ingrained in people's minds about after the result and after this guy won and this guy is second and this guy is third, these dynamics don't always work out. People sometimes wait too much for them. This guy is the one that has to work, so I'm not going to do jack shit. And sometimes nothing happens and someone gets away and takes a win like that. Would you agree?
Definitely, and that's the fun thing about cycling as well, because surprises can happen.
Indeed, and our poll has concluded. We have a winner of our poll. According to those voting who will win gold, go likely says our chat. And I have a thing here, so let me just check what it gives.
Bing. Now it seems like every team has 4 riders in the breakaway.
We have attack.
With George a minute ahead.
We have a request from... yeah, Finn?
In this one, we have all people with same roster except Miru, who hasn't picked the 78 sprinter, but the TT guy. They both have the same mountain. It's just like the last guy to pick. But yeah, Miru the difference to all other 5 there.
Well, picking a 5th rider is basically pick between who's gonna die first. Anyway.
Alright guys, I'm just quickly creating the poll here.
Another pole? Pole position.
Yes, at the request of Daniel Miko.
Oh.
And I'm actually going to oblige to his request because it's a fun one. Joe, Aquarius, Maxim, Bosco. What, sorry?
Is Miko fun?
Miko fun? No, Miko is not fun. Never, never. Okay, new poll. Who will be in the mud? Meaning who will finish last? Is it going to be Joe or Aqua? Is it going to be Swagson? Is it going to be Basso, Miru, or George? This time it's Joe and Aqua in the same spot because I do not have 6 slots. I'm going to cast my vote. So guys, vote, participate, talk to us.
I have a feeling. I have the feeling who wins this poll.
Yeah,
and it's not the poll you want to win.
Yes, in the words of Daniel Miko, honestly, we agree. And as we go, breakaway is finally established. 2:39 to the peloton. But in the meanwhile, George playing golf further down the road with 2 minutes over everyone else, pretty much, with his 4 riders. Do we want to be George right now? Is this a great situation for him currently?
No.
It took you a while to say one word.
I just feel sad for George at the moment. He tried really hard on his first stage, and I think he could have done better in the sprint. To be honest, he just mistimed it. this is just a terrible situation for him, to be honest.
Do you think, because George is a very emotional person when playing and when things don't go well, do you think that first stage got to him and he's just trying to brute force things?
Oh, I'm surprised he's over losing on tiebreaker to Groot on the semifinal, so I'm just glad he's here. So hopefully for him, he will do a good result. I'm always a fan of the underdog, so for me, I hope George wins this, but I have serious doubts.
Do you also hope, since you're a big fan of underdogs, and so am I actually, do you sincerely hope the big dog wins TTT final next Friday?
I hope. I truly enjoy underdog stories, but I don't believe in miracles like that.
I love it. That makes two of us.
Leicester winning the Premier League was a bigger shot than you winning the TTT.
Which also means that, in reality, because I actually agree, obviously, with you, my main goal is not to be last tonight. But looking at the lobby, I think even that is going to be hard to pull off.
Yes. On our try today, I was supposed to write you, not to be mean, but like aim for top 10.
Oh yeah, but let's keep in mind that my train fell apart. That's not even my average training time of the 4 or 5 other attempts that I did before. But yes, I get your point. But even my best time is like still miles away from something I would better prefer having at a time. So also too late was my first day of training, and I only tried the first one yet, so very early days.
But you're just 40 hours behind Ghosty, so you have time. You have time this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as if I was ever gonna try as much as someone like Ghosty. Even if I wanted to, I don't have the time, so there's that.
So, back to the race. We can see actually 2 riders breaking away from the main peloton.
Yeah, let's see who it is, because
It's Joe.
It's Joe with Garen Thomas and Daniel McClay, immediately George following, and it's Miro that is facing. Yes, it is.
Seems like they want Aquarius to do the work. This could really go in the advantage of Joe.
It looked for a moment that George was going to go, but no, it was Miro that started placing, and now Miro positions, and Miro was going to go, or try to go himself in this section.
But I think Joe has already gained the advantage now, because the gap is so big at the moment that they really have to pace to get him back. And now if Miro goes, someone will follow, and then eventually Aquarius will follow as well, and they will start looking at each other yet again.
Yeah. Oh, and George gets caught last, while Miro and Swaxon are the ones currently leading the pursuit for Joe. Same gap for everyone now, but let's see for how long, because we're going to enter yet another climbing sector. And Joe Whiteley already has 44 seconds, and in the meantime, George continues to take off with 3 minutes advantage, but there's still 165 kilometers to go. Interesting race situation.
And they are going up 5 times. Only 5 times? Seems like an easy day on the bike.
5 times. Yeah, that's gonna be might be interesting given the race situation right now, as George increases his advantage, and it's Waxon and Basso racing in the station group, not the favorites group. The favorites group is all as it was, because Joe Whiteley was reeled in.
Sorry, I will be right back.
Alright. So, right now we've had like, let me quickly check actually, because I don't remember exactly how many kilometers the stage has. So I need to check. Where the fuck is the stage? Where the fuck? Ah, there it is. So it was, I think, 42. So, like 80 kilometers and a few and a few more meters or a few more kilometers into it. And George still has a 4 rider, still has 320 advantage. George still has his 4 rider, still has 316 minutes, but it's stable.
The
316,
riders are in a portion
320,
above 10%.
and he's still going. So let's see. But now it's the worst part for him begins as the attacks begin in the chasing group with Swexen going with Kwiatkowski and 3 other riders. So 4 riders for the Brit, quickly followed by Basso taking his own 4 riders as well. And they go into the attack. And Miru and Aquarius trying to give pursue. For Joe, this means for George, this means that his lead is starting to fall very quickly. And again, attacks here in the leaders group. It was, I believe, Swexen and Carlos going. Basso is going to try and follow. Basso is getting the gap. Basso is getting the gap. He's going to join them. Miru, Joe, and George at their own pace. This is going to be a difficulty for George trying to multitask, but he's managing to keep the pace with them. Joe accelerates into Miru's wheel, and they're all going to be as they were. And wait! Go back to favorites. Go back to favorites.
Well, I'm back. So have something happened in the race?
Yes, we had. Okay, oh no, everyone still has. Okay, numbers are good. Go back to front. Leaders tried to attack, namely Swexen and Aquarius, if I recall correctly, but everyone managed to catch them. And I was saying that for George, these kinds of situations. Oh, we have a split
Watch
here
out. A
in the
team leader
chasing
is
group,
falling behind. A rider is taking his chance alone.
and Alamu is attacking for Miru. But it's not going to be enough, and the split is over. I was saying that for George, this is going to be it's actually here. It's the favorites group. It's Miru at the attack with Abamuru and Riolanda. I was saying that for George, this type of situation is going to be hard because there's a lot of experienced players here. Multitasking, having to manage both groups might be hard for him. Would you agree? Or harder than for the others?
Well,
Mhm.
from what I've seen earlier in this World Cup, it seems like George has been active, but he's focused a lot of using the wheels of others. So I think for George at the moment, when you're talking about multitasking, this situation is ideal for him because he can basically just focus on the GC guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because his entire team is all alone up front. So we just have to go slow and steady.
Speaking of GC guy, we have 6 minutes and give or take 40 seconds from leaders to the riders at the front, which are George's. Starting to be an interesting gap for the SKPs. For the SKPs, even if George is already almost caught. He had 3 minutes at one point. He has 1:14 now.
I think George has been going slow and steady up front, so I think the distance only varies because of how fast they are going in this group. What we can see, what we can see as the peloton.
I agree. The fact is, over 100 kilometers gone of the race, George still has his 4 riders, so he's been pacing himself well. The gap obviously fell dramatically when there were attacks in this chasing group. But he still goes strong with his 4 guys, 1 minute 27.
Yeah, but as long as they have him up front, they don't see him as a threat, really. Especially now with the big gap down to the 82 climbers. And honestly, I don't think either of the players really see George as the real threat.
And here's the real question. At what point does the gap become too big for the leaders? 7:52 right now.
8 minutes, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I would give it If they want to catch these guys, maybe they should start working on the next climb. And we see an attack among the favorites now.
Welcome to the chat, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Ibra winning inline on Sunday confirmed, says Ibra. Welcome to the chat, man.
Ibra taking a pause from tryharding. Well, that's the first.
And as we see, Daniel McClay from Joe Whiteley is now the one relaying. Is that Miru at the front? I'm going to assume yes, it is.
The riders are going to be more and more on their guard.
It is Adambalu and Free Alanda trying to go again. It's Joe Whiteley who is immediately facing with McClay. What is Aquarius doing? I'm not sure.
Aquarius has the lead, and as we've seen before, it's a countryman, so it's maybe not that natural to chase down. But we saw Joe going to the front straight away, so Aquarius can relax on his wheel so far.
You think the fact that Aquarius wasn't also favored due to his long absence from the game might work out in his favor, because people won't or might not expect him to work immediately, as he probably should?
Definitely, I think both Aquarius and George has the advantage of not being looked down upon, but like they're not the favorites at all in really anyone's mind.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Doggo.
Hello, Doggo.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hello.
Kan ni få praten?
Huh?
Kan ni få praten?
No, it's laat me godverdomme eens uitpraten.
Ja.
It's good imitation though. It's good. Be better, but.
So how's the little dog today?
TBD, he's asking you a question.
Definitely not for me.
Hmm.
So, as we are right now, is 24 riders at the front. The dream for George is over. First, it was Swaxon and Basso that went into him by attacking. Everyone else managed to close it. And now Miru is trying to free Landa, 1 minute ahead of everyone, 5 minutes and 18 behind the breakaway group. 6:24 separates the rest of the favorites from E1. So the gap has fallen. It's now at 6:26. Still reachable for the 82. There's still steepness to come. Can you actually show us the stage profile, Emil? I know we've been there like 2 times already, but alright.
Well, this race can surely change around quick. But I think for George's part, the best thing he can do is start trying to get this 82 mountain up.
Yeah, I'm seeing Emil.
George really needs this fight to be.
Miru actually dropping his 76 mountain rider to help the other two, so he's putting his chips in this move, and with 1 minute and 14, not looking. At least it's not looking bad for now. And Swaxon now pacing with Pedersen. Let's see if there's any cooperation here. If everyone passes, we'll try and keep that in our memories to see if it happens or not. I see Basel seems to be working with him as well. Was at least closing behind. DLC is still a bit far from his 2 teammates. And it's Joe, it's Swaxon, and it's Basel working. Sorry to interrupt you, Hillings. I still haven't seen Aquarius, which didn't pass for obvious reasons. He's been at the front for so long. There's no reason for him to. But Aquarius is leading, and he hasn't done that. I've seen at least 1 single relay, Hillings. Are you surprised?
Not really.
All right.
Not really, to be honest. But I want to go back to how do you think this will pan out in the end?
I think that it's important that they try to preserve these guys that they have here at the front for as long as they can, because the leaders will obviously be in contention for this. Miru's is already ahead of the others. There's going to be pace to do. They're going to need every single helper they can to drop back when that happens.
So the guy hurting the most right now, that's definitely going to be George. He's been out alone for a long time. What do you think is his move to get the victory in this?
I think he just has to play passive now. He can't move 1 inch in the break. He was already isolated for so long before the others joined him. He has to be strictly wheel sucking in the break. He has to be strictly wheel sucking in the peloton, because since he was 6th place in the first stage, he has no obligations to do anything as Joe Whiteley goes with Geraint Thomas. And let's see who responds. Joe Whiteley was probably frustrated that the gap to Miru wasn't falling. He decides to go himself. Swaxon wants to close, goes with Remco Evenepoel, and George immediately behind Swaxon. George needs to risk a little bit in the sense of waiting for others to close, because this is going to be the hardest stage for him, in my opinion, in terms of energy management. Not his forte compared to others, so let's see.
Should George now start sending back his riders to secure that it's between 82s?
Sorry to interrupt you. I'll answer that in a little bit, but now we have Swaxon attacking in E1, followed by Basso, followed by Miru. I don't think it's the case for that yet, Hillings. Unless he cannot keep up, and him and Joe can join the others. But for now,
If I'm allowed to say, we did saw Evenepoel from Swaxon and also Bastos 82 and Joe's 82 pacing alone for a little in the climb, which could have cost him an important bar, to be honest, compared to Miru, who had a helper for all climb at least, and now he even has 2.
yeah, now George needs to definitely. There's no more waiting. He definitely needs to send those riders back. He was sleeping behind, apparently got dropped, and this is where he needs to send everyone behind to help his leader. Aquarius and Basso have their 82 mountain riders isolated without helpers. All hell is breaking loose in this race. And let's see how we are here. So George dropped from both groups. He needs to put all his chips in his leader, send those guys behind. He is not doing so.
Ibra, you have made it to the stage.
Welcome, Ibra.
Hello, my friends. I joined to see George win this stage. So come on.
Yeah, about that.
We are rooting for the underdog.
Yeah, but it's not been positive for George. He got dropped. Where is he, by the way? And there was the money.
I think he didn't get dropped. He waited for his teammates. Basically.
No, he got dropped in the leaders group.
No, he didn't. I was watching. I think his helper was out of red. So instead of getting rid of him, he just
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he lowered his effort to like 80 to keep his guy, but it's not really a good decision because he already has guys in the front. No need to keep that guy. We will see. Now he's with Paso. I mean,
well, he avoided having to drop his guys in the break, but he's still placing them terribly in the front of said break. This is not where he wants to be after having spent so much energy in that break already.
Yeah, he's taking Gwent in the front. Now he creates a gap, actually.
All hell is still breaking loose. This is also messy. Right now, Aquarius and Basso had their helpers, well, one of those usual and silly game gaps. And longest. Wait, where's who's behind Miru? Show us.
Joe is. I think it's Joe, and he's dropping in 76. I think Joe is with Swaxon, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. he definitely, they definitely need to start
So
dropping.
yeah, so I think
one
the
guy.
helper of Joe is gonna die right now. That's why he's dropping his 76.
And we
And
saw
now it's
Basso got
George.
another helper back.
George, for some bizarre reason, pacing in the Aquarius group. Seriously, I don't care if I had an extra rider. I would fully stop my riders from pacing, and I would say, "Motherfucker, work if you want, or else stay here."
Maybe not in these words, but we get the idea.
No, I would
it's
say
good.
them in this words. Yeah.
Okay, Joe is going all in for his mountain guy. Now he's dropping everyone. Or I don't know, maybe he slept and he got dropped. And Basso is attacking in the front.
Also now attacking in the front.
Basso
it's
seems eager
Aquarius.
to let the battle be in the E1 group.
Wait, who arrived there from Joe? It isn't the okay. There we go. This is the first leader isolated in the front. Well, with a helper, but alone at the front. It's Freelanda. Here we have Yates, Thomas, Evanpool from Swaxon is there as well, and now Basso.
I think Basso and George lost it in the back. They need to do something in the front. That's why Basso attacked, actually.
Yeah, and Joe is actually or seems to be trying to follow with pace, and now Miru
They
is
don't want to let
really.
Miru get in.
Yeah, Miru's getting dangerously close to them, and
Yeah.
Basso knows that, goes like a madman, and let's see it. He's gonna close the gap to the second group now.
Yeah, so Joe is actually was pacing with his I think 73 mountain because he's gonna stop him at the top of this climb to wait for the 82 mountain. So he can use his energy knowing that the 73 will gain it back in the downhill and relay for
Yeah.
the 82.
And now let's see, because as Miru has arrived, let's see what happens here. He has his leader at the front. Now he's still supposed to work in that group. And alone, he needs to close 1 minute on Basso, who has 3 riders at the front. So this is all becoming very tactical and messy.
Let's see. Okay, Basso is isolated actually, but Aquarius has a teammate, so we will see if Aquarius is willing to relay for George and Basso, while Basso doesn't want to drop his guys back to the leader, just want to get carried by Aquarius. Can we see the leader of Basso behind Emea? The leader of Basso. The leader of Basso is getting carried by Aquarius, see? He doesn't want to drop his teammates when Aquarius is gonna do the job for him. Same for George. They want to keep their chances in the front.
But hasn't Aquarius gotten a very cheap journey so far? Both in front and the back, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's not in a bad position in the front. So you see, the gap is growing though. They have to not let the gap grow that much on Basso. But I mean, Miro will do the work since he has his leader there.
I had to exit quickly for 2 minutes. Has the situation changed? It's still Miru chasing Basso, right? It is.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm guessing 2:30 behind is what, Joe and Swaxon maybe? When
Yeah.
it comes to leaders? Yeah.
Franz Maxson, and then Aquarius with 2 riders carrying Basso and George in his wheel, but I think they are dead. They can't reach back.
I was gonna say this might be over for Aquarius and George, I guess.
I think Miro can win this easily, but he has to slow down. Like the guys of Basso don't have a chance against him if he has 78, so just has to take it easy. Still 2 hard climbs.
Ala Philippe now approaching the group of the Brits. He's going to be called into working. Oh,
Yep.
222 for them. No more. Yeah, 222 now. Yeah, that's correct.
I think actually Joe and Swaxon are taking their time to come back. That's why the gap isn't still growing, because they know there's still 26 kilometers,
Is
and
Miro
they need
panicking here?
what?
Is Miro panicking here?
Yeah, he's going too fast for no reason. He needs teammates still 25 kilometers, and I think Swaxon and Joe, they're just taking it easy. They know it's still a long race, and they can come back on Miro. He
And
just
Miro is actually attacking into them.
yeah, I think someone will close the gap. No?
At this time, it's time for Aquarius to do some work.
Yeah, he needs, because he's dead. Behind, he won't come back. He needs to close this gap.
And
Of course, Joe won't do it, because he's playing for his leader. So
And he can't look to George either. George
All
had
hell
a rough
is
night up
breaking
front.
loose. We have Basso going here, 1 minute ahead of everyone. Miro is down to 2 riders, 1 helper only for Alanda, and
crucial.
120.
Yeah, it's crucial for Miro to have a teammate at the top. So he has to pace and keep that guy in front. Same for Basso, I mean, with his guy. So it's really important to keep Bilbao at the top.
Joe trying to follow Miro with Gegenhardt and helper.
Yep.
But Miro has
Response.
been quite active with
Yeah.
following in the front. So could it hurt him now? Do you think?
Yeah. I think now Joe knows that. Yeah. Now his other guy is gonna die. Just gonna wait at the top for the 82. So he knows that Miro is trying to keep his helper. So it's easy for him to just place his 78 in the wheel. Because he's gonna have more energy than the 78.
Aquarius actually attacks from the group where Joe's helper and the George were. We need to see the other 82s, in this case Joe's and Swaxon's, that are the closest.
The gap, 2 minutes, but no helpers.
Yeah, I believe that is the case.
Yeah, I thought.
Dangerous game.
No, I thought someone was waiting for them.
Not sure. I'm so confused
the puncher of Joe is supposed to be waiting for them.
Nah, yeah, but
Okay. Yeah, I think they're gonna get full bar anyways. So no need for the puncher to wait right now. He's just gonna wait at the start of the climb, maybe. That's the only
they
thing
too
that
late?
makes
Maybe.
sense. Oh, we will see.
2
We will
minutes.
see. Yeah, we will
9
see.
kilometers.
Miro won't have. Miro won't have his helpers for long.
Also holding on still with 50 seconds. Impressive attack from the Slovakian.
And now Miro really puts the pedal down.
Miro ups the tempo.
Yeah, because his helper is gonna die. I think he wants to close the gap right now.
Yeah, and he's trying. It's 32 seconds, and Bilbao is gonna be done pretty soon.
Yeah, I think only red left.
Meanwhile, Joe, Aquarius, George still in there with the 78s, of course. So Miro is the only one with the 82 at the front, and Basso still going heroically, trying to make it work 4.2 kilometers in seconds.
Only 4 kilometers left now. I don't know how Basso is holding. Is he playing for the puncher or the 82 78? I want to see. The rider protected. Yeah, the second rider, is 78.
Yes, playing for the 78, and now Landa is in pursuit. 30 seconds, 2.8. Miro is about to catch up. Can he do? Basso might have this in the bag.
The comeback of 78.
Joe Whiteley. Joe Whiteley joins Miro, and Miro might be fucked here because he lost his helper too soon, even with the best rider. But Basso has the win. I think Basso has the win.
I don't understand how Basso survived this. I don't know how, but GG to him,
now,
I guess.
Landa has to hope that Joe helps him, but it's too little and it's too late, and it's gonna be for Basso, 200 meters, 100 meters. Basso's going to take the stage win. Congratulations to Basso. Let's see the fight for the second place.
This was a great.
It's not a good sprinter. The 78 is not a good sprinter.
But he's going to take the second place. He's going to take the second
Oh
place.
my god, Aquarius!
Aquarius steals from Miro.
This is huge for Aquarius. This is huge.
Fifth and George sixth. Aquarius manages to take that third place, keeps himself in contention for gold, and now is joined in that fight by Basso and Joe Whiteley.
Oh my! The sprint of Aquarius, it was
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Again.
So, classics. If I see the classification after one stage, I can give
I'll
a
tell
quick.
you, Aquarius will have 140 points.
100, no, 150 for Aquarius, 142 for Joe, and
Yes.
135 for Basso.
I was going to get to that, but yeah, it's pretty close. Third stage is going to be decisive, and here we are in a scenario where Basso and cobbles, and he will need to do what he does, I guess.
It's going to be hard for them to now get the gold from Basso, I think.
Basso is the third right now after this stage. Is the last stage a cobble one?
Yes, that's why we're talking. He's gonna do his thing.
GG, Basso. I mean, he might have something in the flat too, because I don't understand how he how he didn't die in this stage.
I just it's unbelievable.
GG's to him. After
although I think what happened here, let's be honest, was perfectly normal.
Yeah, we were joking. It's a joke.
No, I know, but I was gonna say. However, Miru, as we said, ended up wanting it too early, too soon. Ended up paying for that effort, beaten by the 78 riders, 3 of them, Basso's obviously, and as well as Aquarius's and Joe Whiteley's.
Yes. Now,
complicated match for Swaxton and George now.
Yeah, now 3 people are gonna fight for the gold and probably the medals, but we never know if someone can pull a victory while one of these 3 guys finish last. Maybe someone can steal a medal.
Stranger
but
things have happened, and it's classics. I'm not gonna give anyone as being out of this yet.
Yeah, we need to see the points.
Well, maybe George because of his Super 3 result.
Well, based on the poll, George ended last, so he was in the mud.
Okay, we have
based on the results. Couldn't we really say that Miro is in the mud after that performance?
Yes, because we have the classification, and
where is the classification?
If you can check the Discord, it's 150 for Aquarius, 142 Joe, 135 Basso, and 75 for Swaxon.
Fuck's sake, man. Post that shit here first to me, and then on the thingy. Okay, sorry, what you were saying?
Yeah, and 60 for Miro, and 36 for George. So
looking at this, yes, I could say that Miru is modded indeed, not just George. Miru is already out of gold contention, so is George. For Swaxon, like a miracle like would be needed, he might be out too. So it's pretty much Aquarius, Joe, and Basso, 15 points between them. Aqua 150, Joe 142, and Basso 155. The fairy tale continues for Aquarius, but can't make it last in the final stage. Yeah, Swaxon needs to win, and Aqua Joe needs to get 5th and 6th. It's highly unlikely. Or he needs 5 bonus points. Still possible for the Brit, but it's highly unlikely for Swags. And now it's Aquarius, Joe, and Basso, and I was saying, can Aqua take this to the end?
Well, I mean, he's in the lead after 2 stages, so of course he can, but we will see. Now the experience can play a role, but Aquarius is also like an old player, so we will see. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun race, and yeah, maybe Swaxon can fight for a medal here while the other 3 guys fight
we will see. It's gonna be interesting.
That's his best chance for now. Also, to add, George is out of the medal of the fight for any medal unless Basso ends out of the top 6 gapped and George himself wins. So
Yeah.
Swax and Wedding include George also getting top 3. That's not gonna happen. I don't think so. Nothing against George, but it's unlikely at the very least. And I think, as we talked about earlier, and someone said I think Killings that Swaxon wasn't in his top form. We are confirming that is the case. So his hope now is at least getting a medal, and even that's going to be hard if Basso, Joe, and Aqua are in the top positions. That might obviously not even happen.
Yeah, I mean, Swaxon is still Swaxon, even if he's not
Obviously.
in the best shape. So he's still a dangerous player, and he can probably still fight for a medal, for sure.
Guys, my question to you is pretty much, given what we know about Basso and Cobbles, if he goes, it is time for you to go as well, or not? What do you guys think?
Healings can answer first, I guess.
Hilling?
The thing is that if Basso goes now, Swaxon, Miro, George, they won't do anything. But who will work? Will Joe work or will Aquarius work? We didn't see Aquarius work a single meter last stage. So it can be a free win if he manages to go at the right time when Joe is taking the typical British tea time, but it will be interesting.
For me, I would say one thing. Don't leave a single meter to Basso. Don't let him escape even for 1 second.
I was thinking the same.
And you can fight for the gold with him. Don't let him... I'm talking to Joe and Aquarius. Just don't let him go.
I'm going to say the advice I've given to the finalists that I spoke with today. It was the same. Do not give him 1 single meter.
Yep. We will see.
What do I hear in the background, man?
I don't know either, but we're listening to some weird sound in the background.
I think it's someone playing on an instrument, maybe. Or a vacuum.
Man, silent boot. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna reproduce that in the chat, or we would probably get cancelled. But it's a good joke. I'm not gonna lie. Well, if you're not a commentator and you don't have access to our official rooms, you will not be laughing. You have no idea why we're laughing, and let's keep it that way.
Yeah, that's not politically correct.
At all. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, let's focus. As we're going to the final stage, reminder of the general classification, which is once again Aquarius leading 150 points, Joe Whiteley second 142, Bosco third 135, Fraction fourth 75, Miru fifth 60 points, and George sixth and in the mud with 36 points. And as we're going to the last stage, for the first time I say today, because this is the decisive moment, and now it's time for the PCM World Cup 2023, presented by Cyanide and Knuckle. Don't forget to check out Pro Cycling Manager 2023 and Tour de France 2023 on Steam out next month. Let's go. Are you guys hyped for the new games?
No, because it's the same.
What, sorry?
It's
I didn't
the
hear
same.
it. Okay. As you can see, there's a lot of hype here in the booth for the new games. They're awesome. Check them out. Well worth the price. Best games I've ever played, for sure. For sure.
Well, it has to be said that these classics have
Okay.
actually been more interesting than classics in previous rounds has been. You actually seen attacks. And Frabo is not here, so I thought we might be missing Frabo today, but it's been interesting especially because of George attacking, and then now in the second stage, Basso pulled out a masterclass attack.
You poll up in the chat. Who will be the world champion? Will it be Joe? Will it be Aquarius? Will it be Joe? Or will it be us? Vote now. Tell us what you think.
It will be me.
By the way, speaking of that, we see who is still in the chat. Frau, I think I already talked to him. Mendez is here. Gabi, El Colombiano. Welcome, guys. A lot of people here. Daniel Miko, Leo Falandri, Snake. Welcome to everyone. Thank you for coming. Tell us who you think will win. Tell us who your favorites are. Your personal favorites, obviously, and who do you think will win. And talk to us. Ask us questions. Let's say bad things about Chicago. I mean, there's
George going already.
There's a whole bunch of possibilities of things we could say. We are peaking at 23 viewers. Thank you all for joining. And George is on a team attack. 6-man train.
That's the moment on his wheel.
There's a 6-man train in the World Championship final. And we've had our 6-man train song due to that, obviously. Swexen in the wheel of George. They already have 5 seconds. Who's following behind them there?
Just attacking.
Miro and Joe, and I think Aquarius was also attacking. And Basso now as well. Yeah, there comes Aqua. And here comes Basso.
Joe is watching Basso with eagle eyes now. Ready to follow Basca wherever he goes.
Oh, George complaining to Swexen, why now they won't let me? You've got your full team, says Swexen. Yeah, that's true. But he has no mathematical chance for the gold, so there's that.
You don't have a mathematical chance for even bronze.
Well, mathematical for bronze, yes, but it would need like a perfect storm that is almost impossible.
Even if he doesn't have a chance, I would play my my best till the end. It's a final, so.
I would say that George's chances are as big as your chances are on Friday, Big Dog.
I think at this point, even mine are bigger, and mine are extremely low. But at this point, even I have better chances right now, at least compared or looking at his position right now.
Oh my god.
We've actually talked about this before the race started, and if you were not here, I'll remind you that I asked Hillings, since Hillings said he liked underdog stories, if he was also rooting for the big dog to win team time trial final, and he said, Hillings, remind us of what we said. Of what
I don't believe in miracles.
There we go.
Me neither.
I completely agree.
So, guys, I once again checked the rosters. We have Miro and George taking the TT guy. We have Joe and Swexen taking the sprinter. And we have Aquarius and Basso taking the... Which one was it? 1 second.
Phil is our personal analyst.
It was Miro and Basso taking the TT guy. And the last guy for Aquarius was the... the 83 flat. The 83 flat, and yeah.
Different choices. Thank
but
you,
it's
Finn.
once again only at the 6th rider, it's different choices.
Alright, so different choice on 6th rider. Thank you, Finn. Hillings and Ibra, comment these choices. Please do it now, or I will make you do it.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that because my mic sound dropped.
What did you want me to do?
I said comment on these technical choices.
Good choices. I wasn't really listening. The people that Basso sent in the front are good. I don't know which riders, but good selection.
I would only criticize George as he would as he's attacking, he should have gone with the 83 flat guy.
Okay, I have a question. Does Basso has his 78 cobble in the front?
I think so.
Yeah. That's the
But,
only guy that he's gonna need.
Emea doesn't really seem to care about who's in the
I
front.
think
Finn,
everyone has
let us know.
78 up front.
Okay, Emea,
does,
can
he
we
does,
do another
he does.
poll? Emea, can we do another poll?
Oh,
And
by the way,
How many
it's
minutes
me
would Basso
doing
win with?
the polls.
No, I need the poll.
It's
Who do
me
you
doing
want?
the polls. Emea is actually streaming.
Okay,
guys.
okay. Make a poll then. I wanna see who.
First of all, let's talk about
do
this
you-
poll. People predicted it's
No.
Basso winning the world title. So 56% of the voters.
It's a prediction. I mean, he's gonna attack and no one is gonna follow, and he's gonna win.
That's an interesting image Gemma posted. Everyone has a puncher in the front.
Ibra
Alright.
already handed out the gold, so
Yeah, no,
We have-
it's not a fun poll. I need a fun poll, which is who do you want to finish last in this group?
George.
We already
No,
made
who
a
do you
poll.
Just,
want?
just a number,
Who
guys.
do you want? Yeah, I want to see the answer of the people watching. A lot of interesting people in the chat. So.
I mean, we know everyone's going to vote George, even if they don't want it, because mathematically it's almost impossible for it not to happen.
I said, who do you want, not who's gonna finish. That's different.
well, if Joe is coming into the commentary section, he's going to say Miro because he doesn't want Miro to be.
Oh, 6-man train. Let's go, George.
Joe also thinks that Basso will win, apparently, as he states that 44% of our viewers are wrong, while 56% has guessed that Basso would be the winner.
44% are wrong.
Our poll is up. Who do you want to be last? Mir
Just
and Aqua,
vote
George,
George.
or Slaxon, Joe, Basso, or Basso twice?
Man, not George alone.
How many minutes do you think George would need into the
4.
cobble sections if he's supposed to have a chance to win it?
Can you repeat the question, Hidden?
How many minutes?
How many minutes do you think George will need into the cobble section if
To win it.
if he is to have a chance to win it?
So I think
6.
I want him to win, but I think he has no chance because he's
For
not
George,
good in the management in
I
Cobble.
can answer that question, Hillings. For George specifically, you would need at least 20 minutes.
Ah, 4.
Okay. My answer was even like was a good
In the
answer.
meantime, we have a service announcement to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the PCM World Cup 2023 organization wants to apologize for having done a route that allowed George Sofronio to be playing in a World Cup final.
How did he even get here, guys? Come on.
Well,
He
he's
was
better
returned.
than you and
I
than
didn't
a
even
lot of
play.
people.
What a
Yeah, and
story,
a lot of
actually.
people who are hating
Like,
on
why
George.
is
He's in a final.
yeah, George
He
is awesome. Why is
deserves to be in a final.
Doggo always talking shit about someone, regardless of who it is, when he has achieved nothing in this
I
World
have.
championship?
I have.
Nothing.
Yes. 2 gold
Nothing.
medals.
Nothing.
Team. You haven't done anything either, have you?
I've won 3 gold medals,
He
1
did.
silver
Yeah,
medal,
he
and
did
1
a lot.
bronze medal,
Me too.
including
He
over
did a
fucking
lot,
all.
actually.
Okay, overall, but we're track players, we're old.
And
I don't
inline,
have, like,
and
years old.
classics, and silver in ITT, and bronze in
Yeah, but my team has a
overall.
life. Yours doesn't.
No, I really haven't played life so much that
Guys,
I haven't.
we are commenting a final, not who's-
Yeah,
No.
On the
This
final
is me
decision.
this is me and Doggo. This is our chemistry, mate.
Yeah, not commenting who has a better team. We know UK is better. It's not this time.
Okay. Fair enough.
I hope the
package
break
race,
happens in email.
George has 4 minutes. What do you guys think should be relaying here right now?
In the back?
Yeah.
Probably Swaxon, but now it's too late because if George takes the win here, it's less points for him to come back in the fight. I don't know other people, what riders other people have, but if George is the only one who has the cobble guy,
what happened here with Aqua? Aquarius dropped behind. Aquarius is dropped with his captain.
It seems Aquarius is now out of the competition.
Aquarius was caught sleeping, and this might be very harmful to him if he cannot close it as soon as possible. He drops it. Izagire almost failed the slingshot movement there, but all is good. And he might be back. See? You spacing at the front. And in the front group to avoid them getting back. Probably Joe.
Joe
No, Vassal actually,
Vassal.
and Joe. Yeah, makes sense, obviously. But Aqua will rejoin.
yeah, I think he lost the ride in doing that. The 82 mountain is dead of Aqua.
Should I? I don't think I can say that in stream, right, Amir? Which is a shame. Yeah, I can't, I know. Okay. That's a shame, though. That's a good joke. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you, Doggo. Don't even try.
You're racist.
Ah, okay. I will. No, I'm gonna post in boot and you're there, so you'll see. In the meanwhile, we start. Shebedovich. I don't know how to spell that shit. So, do you guys think that joke is actually accurate? I love it. Please do not make it public. This is a joke for commentators only.
No, I'll tell you if you pay me 5 quid.
Oh, speaking of which,
Oh my god.
time to do some cleansing and.
Aquarius is dropped again, guys. Aquarius dropped again.
Oh my god! What
And
is
now
Aquarius doing?
Joe and Boss is really
It's literally sprinting. I think the cobble guy of Aquarius is gonna be dead. His 82 is dead, 100%. Yeah, and he used his other helper to sprint right now, so it's a really, really bad situation.
Guys, let's focus on the race. Let's focus on the race. As you were doing.
Yeah, I'm talking about the race.
Yeah, it was meaning overall. And do you think this has hurt Aquarius twice dropping, having to recover to the other group?
I think Aquarius is panicking, and it will cost him at the end. I think he already lost a lot of energy.
Who are the two riders in A1?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see.
It's Joe.
It's Joe Whiteley is on the attack.
And who's gonna relay behind Aquarius?
Aquarius and
Yeah, yes,
Boss obviously
yes,
has to
3
do
men.
the same. I saw a peak of 26. Not sure if it's been the highest or not of the day, but thank you to all. And as I speak, and if you just joined us, I am the biggest of all dogs, joined by Healings, Finn, Emea, Doggo, and Ibra. Shut the fuck up. And Ibra, and we are doing classic solo final. Currently, we have Aquarius, Joe, and Basso in the fight for gold. They are the best ones placed, and we're having we were having an attack from Joe Whiteley, but he's closed. Guys, the race is starting to get spicy.
Yes, and the gap is dropping. Now it's growing back. I mean, dropped for a second, but Joe tried something. He didn't really commit to it. He didn't stop any rider from the front to help. So Miro now.
If you guys are Joe, well, never mind that.
Never mind.
Joe immediately invalidating any question I could do about it and following Miro.
Yeah, I don't understand why Aquarius didn't relay on Miro, but the second that Joe attacked, he started relaying.
We have Spanish team play in motion.
I don't know.
Didn't we really see that last stage? Aquarius didn't really make a move until they sprinted past.
Yeah, I don't understand. It makes no sense.
So Miro has the 82 flat for this part.
I mean, yeah, Miro is behind in points, but Like there is 7-6 points.
Miru going doesn't change Aquarius's race, but if Joe or Basso go, that changes his race.
The gap is so low between the three in front in the classification that it doesn't matter if George and Miro win the stage and Miro, for example, is second. Doesn't matter. Like there's only 15 points between them, so they can fight for that between the third and
they only need the third place, and they only need to make sure they finish ahead of their opponents.
Yeah, exactly.
Thomas, Pitcock, and Alan Wu are now making their way up the cobbles of Quaramont.
They just had run into the legendary red carp.
Did Joe flat tire?
Yes, Pitcock had a flat tire.
Oh, devastating! This is the second time it happens to Joe, and I think it was in Classics as well.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! How unlucky can one be?
Does he have? Yeah, he have at least George with him.
Yes, he's gonna. He sends down Swift. Why are we watching that helpers, for fuck's sake? Everyone seems... I was going to say seems to be winning, but Basso was actually pacing.
Yeah, but he stopped pacing and let Joe come back.
Alright, a lot of fair play, ladies and gentlemen. That was good to see. No one wants to see their race end because of a puncture. We've all been there and no one likes it, so...
But could that potentially ruin the race of Joe?
Given that he didn't have to kill himself as much as he could have, and it might still be salvageable. It might not have ruined it.
Yeah, I think he needs to recover right now, right here, right now.
Yeah.
Depends if the pace is getting lower or faster. Yeah, can we see behind to see if someone is pacing? Because the gap is dropping.
It's Basso.
Basso doesn't want Joe to rest, so attack immediately.
There goes the fair play.
Yep. I mean, yeah, and still, so the race is on. So yeah, I wouldn't say about fair play, but yeah, he's using the
advantage.
Yeah,
but
he knows that Joe has lower.
This attack, if it had happened, he probably wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing illegal from him.
Nothing illegal. But if it wasn't Joe, I think he would have waited. But he's battling for the medal.
Well, he has
medal with him. So
and he currently has joined those ahead.
And
I know him.
Can they
get the car?
Oh,
flat tire? I saw someone stop in behind.
Man, check events instead of checking groups to see if someone had a flat tire.
I saw a guy of Basso stop. Guy of Basso, no? I saw.
Yeah, he's in the back of the favorites. He's.
Yeah, I think he stopped him to help only. But he zeroed.
Yeah, there was no. The game didn't say anything either, so probably was someone that he zeroed to help. And I'm completely lost of who's where right now. Basso is the only leader at the front with George, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Now Basso is doing...
Don't let him go. Don't let him... This is the decisive moment. Don't let him
exactly
go.
what I told...
Joe came up with Pitcock.
You think it's too early, but last time he won a stage by going
it's
140 kilometers. 100.
Let him go, and immediately they close. Joe is at the front with Pitcock, and all the other leaders are here, right?
Except Miro.
Miro also at the front. No, Miro's here. So wait, you're telling everyone
that the leader? You don't know if that's the leader of Miro.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, Alambura is the leader of Miro.
And the Aquarius also has his leader at the front.
And for some reason, Basso was working in the back.
Oh yeah, Miro has his leader at the back.
Yeah, Miro is the only leader dropped.
Oh, that is not good for the Spanish.
Swaxon has his leader or not? He's just following.
No, yeah, everyone has the leader here except Miru, and now Basso goes again. Swaxon doing the right thing, immediately responding. The others are not keeping up, but Aquarius is accelerating into them. We need a bigger view.
Basso wants that gap.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit of zoom, and a little bit of zoom, please. Thank you.
I think Basso doesn't need any help. He just want to escape.
Yep. And,
Aquarius is in a good position here. Basso feeling so confident in his own skills, so he just pushes
Basso, as Joe was about to reach, Basso accelerating again. Smart move from the Slovakian there. Let's see if Joe is going to waste too long closing it, or even if he's going to manage to close it as Daniel McClay attacks into the first group. The race is exploding at 106.6 kilometers to go, but Joe is joining the party.
He's gonna attack again. He's gonna attack again.
No, it's actually Swagson. Oh, no.
No, he just followed a fake attack.
Okay. Baiting, also they're trying to bait. For now, everyone is back as they were. Round and round we go, but everyone's back together.
What Joe needs now is that the pace drops. He still didn't recover anything.
Miro is back in the race, by the way. His leader has rejoined.
Yep. So. But Swagson is actually keeping the pace. Maybe he's gonna attack, actually.
It seems like the pace is quite low at the moment.
Yeah, but he's still taking the win, though.
No, he goes
expected.
Yeah, I mean, Swagson in that position, you gotta think that he's going for it, and he did.
Yeah.
Miro responds.
This is a good duo that can work together. But there are people with them. Who is with them? If you can.
Joe, Aquarius, and it's Miro that went with Basso. So Joe, Aquarius, and Basso, the ones fighting for the gold medal, do not need to chase those two.
It's not only two. There are 8 riders.
That's Miro and Swagson with 4.
Four.
Yeah, that's 4 each.
I saw only 4 riders. Okay.
A very good attack for Aquarius's part to have those 8 up front.
Is Joe on the run with... it's McClay and Swift, okay.
Yes.
Tactical move from Joe there, but Aquarius is going to close him.
Basso also...
I think this is a move from Joe to...
I think what he wants
the road, so Basso can't go.
And also try and make his guys be well positioned to survive.
They're trying to close the gap with the couple guys. Now they stopped, but they were with the couple guys, Basso and Joe.
Oh, another gap there, but Aquarius is going to rejoin. George also behind. George needs to step on it.
George needs to hang on for his dear life here.
Easier said than done in this lobby, to be honest. A lot of players here.
Definitely. I'm just stating the obvious.
Daniel McClay attacking, and this time I think it's Karen Pitcock with him.
Yeah, probably.
One is Carr, so the other one has to be Pitcock, but we never have a confirmation. It looks like I'm talking to a fucking wall. Okay, there it is. Now it's Joe doing the attack at 86 to go. Is this a good move?
Yeah, George is dropped. It's not an attack.
Yes. No, I said Joe. Joe,
yeah. Could be. I mean, the moment that someone stops, they're gonna catch him now. But the moment that someone stops, he has a gap. It's gonna be interesting. But I don't know why Joe is trying to close the gap on those two in front. They are not a danger for gold.
Basso getting ready to go again.
Yeah, Basso has more teammates than Joe, so an attack right now could be interesting.
So we've seen high activity from both Joe and Basso.
George is gonna come back.
While Aquarius has his struggles in the start. So who's in the
Miro's gonna go.
Really a punchy attack.
I think Basso won't let any attack go. Alright, here he's gonna relay. Yeah, he's gonna relay because he wants to be in the lead. He wants to be in to be able to do his trick and attack along.
Yeah.
If someone else is in the front, he can't do it. Just have to stay with the others.
So he's trying to close. Can this result against him though? Could this work against him?
I mean, depends how much he trusts his trick. Maybe he doesn't even need teammates. We saw him stay for like 60 kilometers without teammates last time in a cobble stage, so maybe he thinks he doesn't need. Yeah, Swaxon, good gap for Swaxon. As someone is trying to follow it.
Joe sending two helpers at the front.
Yeah, I don't think Swaxon is gonna mind here because Joe doesn't have his leader, and
Miro wants to follow, but he's just closing, I guess. Welcome, Snake and Ninja, if I hadn't mentioned you guys yet to the chat.
Okay, Aquarius trying to close the gap right now. The guy from Swaxon just died. And Miro is trying to close the gap. It's not Miro's job to close the gap, but he...
Oh, wow. That's a sad news.
Yeah, he's seeing...
Oh, no, not that. I'm being reminded this is the last race of Swaxon in the Rainbow jersey, as he isn't in Tour or Inline final. Rip Swags, I hope to see you back in Rainbow in the next World Championships, for sure.
Yes. Basso now going.
And Basso going. Miru is already catching up, or almost closing up to Swaxon, it was? Yes, and Joe's guys, Joe's helpers. And Basso is going to say denied again, trying to go as well.
George closed the gap. This is interesting. This gap is getting interesting, I think, for Miro and Swaxon. But Miro has to relay right now.
Let's see if he does.
Joe can just relax on their wheels at the moment.
I think Joe is trying. Basso is trying to pace as hard as he can. He's not trying to attack, and Joe is getting his wheel and then drop it to create a gap and stop the pace. Because it wouldn't make sense for Joe to take the wheel of the guy relaying.
What a tactical battle between those two right now. Wouldn't you guys say?
A crazy race for now. Okay, Basso attack again.
60 kilometers to go. There's still a lot of cobbles to come.
Basso is actually baiting with that guy, relaying and then attacking.
Yeah.
He's dead. That guy is gonna die.
It is now where his opponents, especially Joe, because he's known for that, but Aquarius as well, need to be ice cold. Earth Quarmont, here we go once again.
Blocks are gonna be important, and flat tires mean your race is over, actually.
Oh, there's a puncture, but for a helper, it's a 78 cobbler, though, I believe, of Miro, so that's rip.
And now Joe gets the advantage of having his riders up front.
Yeah, that was exactly what he intended.
Yeah, can we check events if it's really a flat tire?
Simon Carr, it is a flat tire. I actually saw the announcement of the game.
Oh,
right.
Where's Pitcock?
He's here. He's still behind.
Yeah, he's behind.
And Basso's guy in front? Or no?
Yeah. There's a gap here.
There's a mess here.
Wait, not good for Joe. He needs to close the gap right now.
In the front?
But has it in the front.
Yeah. He know Joe needs to close the gap right now.
And he's doing it. He's using his helper to do so. But Basso's going to open it again. But Basso's alone.
Basso got dropped. He was so focused, I think, with Joe that maybe Basso has a helper also behind. He's waiting for him.
All the contenders are here, so they're good. Joe attacks.
Yeah, and Basso has to relay right now because Joe has someone in the front.
Well played from Joe, but it's far from over. The race is exploding as we speak.
Aquarius is going very
throughout
this race.
Yeah, let's not forget about Aquarius, because this tactical battle is actually carrying Aquarius to the finish line.
Well, to be honest, wouldn't you do that if you were Aquarius? There's two of the best players of the moment battling it out, and he gets to take the free ride for as long as he can.
Of course.
Koppenberg and
Swaxon
attacking.
And Joe is up there again.
Yeah. Joe didn't want to lose energy closing the gap with Carr, so he let Miro do the job.
Because let's be honest here. If everyone falls asleep in the other group behind. Joe could easily steal a third place
Attack
Punisher
here. Yeah, attack is coming here from Basso. They have to stay awake.
Wait, is Joe alone?
No,
Joe-
Joe has a helper, but he didn't stop him yet.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
attack
Yeah,
X.
the one at the front. Yeah. And Basso's gonna go, and Basso's going, and the Aquarius is finally responding. And Joe is not dropping the helper yet.
As long as he can follow for now, he doesn't need to drop the helper. But now he
The
drops.
helper comes, he knows he has to.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
Now we can confirm that Basso won't be alone in the front. He can do his trick. No.
But it doesn't mean he's out of contention.
No, he's not out of contact. I said that
But-
now they didn't let him go, so it's
I was gonna say, which means we're gonna have a interesting and hectic final.
Joe attack. Aquarius is the one closing the attack.
Aquarius immediately responding. Basso caught a little bit behind. Is he gonna close you? Loses the helper.
Losses now.
Loses the helper. I think the Joe's helper is actually about to
Watch
die
out,
also.
The team leader is falling behind.
Yep, but he manages to.
Maybe if he managed more. Let's see.
I think,
Maybe.
Manages
I
to
think
kill
right
Basso.
now Aquarius should be the
Oh,
healthiest.
and I was gonna say there was a possibility Ro was gonna take Basso's helper back, but he doesn't. He attacks into the group, and now Flex
No
is
one.
the one moving.
No one
Just
follows
let it
this.
go.
It's only Miro that can
It has to
follow
be
this.
Miro. It has to be Miro.
Yeah.
And he goes. Nope.
Joe actually opened a gap.
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna say Joe opened the gap for him, but he didn't take it yet.
Yeah. He don't care. Joe doesn't care if.
Oh no, but Miro didn't take it yet. That's what I mean. He should probably be chasing Spexon now, but
I think he didn't expect it, but now.
now he is in the cobbles into the Kreisberg, and Miro reaches Swaxon. Meanwhile, Basso, Aquarius, and Joe behind.
Yeah. No
Basso
helper
going
for
with
Basso. Oh, attack. Joe is dropped maybe. Joe
Yes,
is
he
dropped.
is. Yes, he is, and Aquarius immediately responding to his
He's losing
Slovakian.
his helper, so
So
Yeah, but his helper is about to die. He needs. Yeah. Now he's back. Now Joe doesn't needs to stay with them at all times. It was a risky play.
it was very risky. Whoever gets dropped, but Joe actually attacks with Cart and Pitcock, but Aquarius is on everyone's wheel.
Basso can't follow this. But the other guys need to get him back. If they don't get him
but-
back,
Yeah, Miru is going to close for Basso, so that was fortunate for the Slovakian, and George is going to reach them, but George is out of contention.
if I was George, I attack when it gets calm. No
Joe
one will
is
follow
going
an attack.
again.
Don't know if it's a good attack here on the flat.
I'm
on
not
the
sure
down.
either.
he has
Aquarius is going to
to.
place him back.
No, he's actually attacking. I think. Now he stops.
I think we will see Swaxon going for it once again now.
Why
George,
aren't they all taking turns attacking, to be honest, since there's two
George
guys
attack.
without a
George
helper?
attack. Maybe.
Aquarius now.
Yeah. No, he wants to be in the front. It's not an attack.
I thought he was he loses the
It was
helper,
a
obviously.
very good move by Aquarius.
Yeah, you need to be in the front.
Yep, and Swaxon is there as well.
Gap for Swaxon, maybe.
What is happening with Joe here?
He's terribly positioned. He's gonna get dropped.
No,
He's-
he won't.
He uses
No red for Miro's guy. And George is still here, guys. If I was George, I attack right now.
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a sprint.
No, there is still a little uphill.
Paterberg.
There's
It's
still.
Kwaremond
Never
Paterberg.
mind. Yeah.
Not the best time for George to get a bottle of water. I don't know what
Yeah,
he's doing.
and now the positioning is key into the Paterberg. It's Swaxon, Miru, Joe Whiteley again, probably managing as best as he can.
Yeah. He started the climb with 85, so 89 and then like 85. Swaxon, this could be decisive. Miro has to relay alone.
Miru's going to be the one to follow, and no one else will want to close this, I guess, at this point. Or they have to do it now. It's Aquarius doing it now.
Yeah, I think we need to start doing calculations right now about the.
Whoever finishes ahead wins the gold medal from those three, period.
Swaxon can win, but he needs. all the
Swaxon
momentum.
would need George in the
No,
top
no.
with all the
He
others
needs
in the
Basso
last
fourth,
place.
Joe fifth, and
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Yeah. 10 kilometers to go. It's Aquarius attacking now. It's
Losing
like
ground.
he's gonna close, but he doesn't.
Ooh, interesting. Puncher of Miro is coming back.
Oh, that can be crucial. Joe's is way far behind, but Miru's coming would be a great help.
Attack, maybe coming.
No
Depends
one
now.
decides to attack.
Was this the winning move by Miro?
Yeah, if they let him get the energy back, yes. But I don't
And they
understand
are.
why George should attack right now.
And they
He did.
Oh, Aquarius is attacking. Aquarius is
Going
attacking.
for the world title is Aquarius.
He looks like he might be, and
I
Bossel's gonna
doubt
respond.
Miro will chase down his countryman.
5 kilometers
Joe
remaining.
is on Bossel's wheel, and now is Joe attacking, and Miru and Swaxon and George are following.
Oh my god, Aquarius just did the winning move, I think.
Aquarius might have this. Aquarius might. Oh, Swaxon's gonna bridge up to him, but he's still world champion if they don't catch up. So Aquarius in a pretty good position right now.
Yeah, Aquarius is a really good position because Basso
Aquarius
can.
in a good position. Aquarius may be about to become world champion 1.1 kilometer. They're gonna start sprinting soon. It's gonna be the dub for
They
Aquarius.
didn't sprint.
Swaxon the win, Aquarius.
Win, Aquarius is the champion of the world. Aquarius is the champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen. Aquarius did it.
Oh my god, we have our first surprise of solos.
Congratulations, Carlos.
Congratulations
You are
to-
the world champion.
What an attack! Actually,
What a fantastic ending. Great attack from Aquarius. Great response from Saxon as well. He manages to take the stage. Let's see if this gives him a medal.
if it gets him a medal, it's before if he beats Joe, maybe. I
No,
don't think.
Joe is definitely probably might be in trouble here. I don't know. He's fifth.
Okay, Joe scores 25, so he goes to 157.
Yeah, I think Joe. Takes,
Yeah.
Joe off the
Yeah.
podium, yeah.
Swaxon goes 175.
He's saving his
Basso
voice.
third. Yeah. Our podium will be Aquarius, Basso, and then Swaxon in the third place.
So Basso had a chance for gold here on one of the three main events. This was his only one, and he missed it because he was wisely not given the gap by his opponents. Are we surprised that he didn't get the win without his color trick?
For me, I'm not surprised seeing how the race went in the last stage.
It was hell.
Basso and Joe actually attacking each other a million times, while Aquarius is just sitting there, going to the line, and then he does an amazing attack at the size of one.
Let me just respond to ESG. I'm glad you love it. I think we're all excited for Aqua. Definitely a better champion than the last one we had. That's actually fun.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations. Many congratulations to Aquarius. That was a brilliant attack at the end. Manages to take the second place. He's the world champion. And I think, like Ibra said, Basso gets the silver, and Swaxon, at the very nick of time in the final race, in the final meters, in the final sprint, might have saved his race to get bronze. So we're going to move to the interviews channel, guys.
Yes.
Why was I already was speaking. Why was I in other things? Alright, we have our commentators here, Hilling, when you are ready. There we go. Ibra is also here. We're waiting to see if some interviews.
You wanna see Aquarius joining the voice chat.
Yeah, I definitely am hyped for that interview. Actually, that was such a great ending, man.
Yep, they gave us a great final, to be honest. And yeah, interesting results at the end.
That's the comeback. That's definitely the comeback of this world championship. Would you agree?
Yep, for sure. 4th place for Joe. I think 5th place for Miro. The two guys
And
battling.
Emea again putting results in the server before sending them here. My fucking god, Emea. I don't see the results. They put them in final? No.
I don't see any results. No, I'm just saying what.
Okay.
I think 4th place. I think Joe. 5th place Miro. Two guys that are battling for the overall, finishing 4th and 5th. I think someone is happy, and his name is Leo Falandri.
We already know the standings, how they are ordered. We just want to see the final points. But as we wait, a reminder: the final stage was won by Swagson. Aquarius second, becoming the champion of the world. The third is Basso. The fourth is George. Fifth, Joe Whiteley. Sixth, seventh for Miru. So I'll join Kazakwa. Don't worry, give me a few minutes. It's Pineapple. We're still waiting for the official results before we start the interviews. Because it would always be good to have the whole picture to ask the questions. We already know it's Aqua Gold, it's Basso Silver, and Swags manages to amazingly save himself in the final race to get bronze, much to the dismay of, I guess, Joe Whiteley. Heartbreaking finish for him. And Miru 5th and George 6th. We're waiting to see the actual points. And as soon as we do, we are going to start asking questions to the peeps. How about you put the shit here where I can see it and then do your slider thingy? It's not like we have all night. Well, I don't know about you. Alright, guys. Guys in the chat, how hyped are you? How happy are you? How disappointed, whatever, regardless of you are rooting for. What do you guys think of the final? Alright, it's a win against IMA tyranny, says Aquarius. First IMA president to win a gold. What tyranny? Everyone's actually happy that Aqua won. Gifiti is pretty much just trying to stir up trouble, but we're going to ignore him. We have
who said that? I want to know who said that.
Fiti. We're going to ignore him, obviously. Final standings. Aquarius 220 points. Congratulations, man. You are the champion of the world. Basso, second place, 185. Swaxon third, 175. Joe fourth, 167. Miru fifth, 78. And George sixth, 71 points. So, congratulations to Aqua, Basso, and Fred for their medal. And obviously, more congratulations are in order to Aquarius because he is the world champion. Oh, really? Is that actually true, Fiti? Wow, that's unfortunate, but we can understand all that tension touching the table. And actually bleeding, that sucks, but it's actually funny. It's the release of tension when he actually manages to get that second place that gives him the world title. And we're gonna go to interviews. Don't know who arrived first, I'm just gonna randomly pick. Joe, that was heartbreaking, I guess, for you, that ending?
Yeah, it is what it is. Carlos played it very well. Swagson played it incredibly well to win the final stage. Yeah, I maybe should have played that third stage a little bit better, but yeah, it is what it is. Happens. Move on to the next one.
Where do you think you failed, Joe?
I have.
I think I was caught almost trying to win the gold medal in classics when realistically I should have just sat on Basso's wheel beat him in the sprint, and I think I probably would have taken silver, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Yes,
Joe,
Silver?
I want to ask you a question. That flat tire that you got, do you think it had like an effect on your race at some point?
Yeah, I mean, it probably did.
Yeah.
I was in a really good situation to bridge across to the breakaway where I think George had his full team. I think Miri was following me as well, and you go from I think it was 40 seconds up on the other couple guys to 40 seconds down. It's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is.
All right. You still have 2 more finals, right?
Yeah, Tor and Inline as well as Scratch and ITT.
Does this make you? Oh, that's actually more. Then does that make you more determined to try at least win a gold in the World Championship?
If I wasn't trying to win a gold in
No,
one
but
of those events,
if this loss makes you more determined than even BA4.
if it made me more determined, then I wouldn't be as determined in the first place. So
All right.
I want to ask also, Joe, what does this result mean for the overall, for you and Miro, actually, because he finished behind you also. What does this mean? Does it gives a little edge to Leo Falandri to come back in the overall and win it?
I think it's nice for Leo that me and Miro finished 4th and 5th, but realistically, Classics is the worst event out of the 3. So
yeah, the scoring is really low. Yeah,
there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna cut it short because we still have more guys to listen to. So thank you so much for being here. Best of luck to you, Joe, and the rest of your finals.
Thank you, and GG to Carlos.
All right, and we're going to talk to Carlos in a bit, but we wanted obviously to be one of the final interviews for the obvious dramatic effect. So George, 6th place. How was your final, man?
Hello.
Hello.
Well, to be honest, I'm not used to playing a lot like this with this strength. It was quite tough. But I think if I'm honest with myself, I didn't play that bad. I'm happy with the tactics that I followed. They were a bit risky, yeah, and they didn't actually pay off in either of the stages. But I'm quite happy to be here in the first place because, as you know, I was incorrectly, in my opinion, eliminated. So yeah, I'm
here.
happy to, exactly. I'm happy to have shown myself, and indeed, I made some mistakes in all 3 stages, like getting dropped or making a bad mistake in the sprint. But I mean, I couldn't have done much better. Maybe 5th, but that's about it. This lobby was too tough for me.
What was going on in your mind in that last stage when you did your full team attack? Well, what was L plan there?
Well, anyone who knows me knows that I like to have fun on the road. So I'll just do some banter stuff. And my only thought was, okay, I'm last, I'm dead last. Let's team attack. Why not? I was happy that I got a gap and then Swaxon closed it. So it didn't really go to plan. However, I did have my whole team, whereas other had their leader at the back. But in the end, as you saw, it didn't quite pay off.
I was gonna say to George, congrats anyways. Being in a final is actually
that's the dream for all of us, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to know, how does it feel to be last in a final, since I'm gonna finish last in Sunday. So I wanna know
same on Friday. So
I wanna know the feeling.
Tell us in advance how it is, George.
Does it feel good, George?
Does it feel that at least there's no pressure on you? Is it good?
Well, I want to say that it feels shit so that you don't get in my position, because Ibra, you'll win gold, and Big Dog, you'll get a medal as well.
I can't doubt it, but let's go. I'll sign right there, right now, if that was possible. Okay, thank you, George. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on finally having your World Championship final, man.
Yay! Cheers.
Swagster, welcome to the party.
Good evening.
That was from heartbreak to glory, I would say, because you managed to salvage that shipwreck and find bronze. How was it, man? That was quite the roller coaster for you, I bet.
I mean, after stage 2, which was a ready and a half, I thought, yeah, I am fucking finished. That's just the basic truth. Like, literally, I knew in my mind, yeah, I was finished. I know I had plans for this last race, but the plans, I think went out the window. I think was going out the window from kilometer 0, basically. Every plan I thought.
It wasn't literally a hell of a race. How did that feel? Did it give you pressure?
I just thought the strat I had. I thought you may as well just give it a go here. You're not going to win. You're not going to win it by literally watching others waiting to the final Quarmont. So I had a plan in mind. I did. I had to do some bits earlier, figure things about. In the end, it didn't actually. The only problem was I ended up in a group of 6. Not by the time the last Paterberg ended. The plan was to be solo, and I nearly got there, but it didn't quite pan out.
That final sprint, how was it? Tell us. Talk us through it, Mark Cavendish style.
Well, I saw. Yeah. Well, I saw Quaver's attack. It was like, okay, I expect a response somewhere. Someone's gonna have to respond. There was a response, but didn't close. I thought, no one's in the wheel here. I could easily close up and get away with it. I barely made it, by the way. I was probably like, I'm not sure. I'll need to check the stream again, but I think I was close to not making it. I also knew that my only chance of getting a podium was, unfortunately for Quaver's, by ratting him, but I think he also knew that as long as he got to the finish.
Yeah, that was what mattered for him.
He got the victory. I think if it was the other way around, I was first and he was 4th, I probably would be thinking exactly the same, just secure the gold. So I think that was like the right choice by him. He did the perfect choice. Yes, I could have been a bit more helpful, but yeah.
And allowed working for both of you, I guess.
Yeah, it worked out the best it could, actually. I just stick with the club.
Yeah,
Do you have
question.
any questions for Swag?
Yeah, I do. Swaxon, you were not really active this year in the World Cup. Do you think that that mattered in this final? Like, we felt like you were a bit rusty in the first 2 races in solos, because in team you played really great, but in solos I feel like you're not in your level. But in the last race, we saw the real Swaxon, the world champion. So not playing that much, does it affect your level or not?
I don't know. I think there was. I think it was similar in the semi-final. Maybe a bit less rust there, and it was fine. I think the first race I did get unlucky, actually, more than anything. Yes, I did get him, but I think there was enough there to get that gap back. And I think actually I was fairly fine, actually. And actually I did play that Poggio and the descent as perfectly as I could. I just unfortunately got a bit of a block with my sprinter, which I think just was I think that maybe costed me, I think, at least second. Possible. I don't want to say the win. I couldn't see where he was, but definitely second. The second race was bad.
Yeah.
100%.
One final question before we let you go, Swags. I don't know if you had this in mind, but it is your last day in the rainbow jersey. Did you enjoy it? Wearing it this year? Is it something you want to get back as soon as possible?
I want to get it back. Actually, I'd like to get it back by winning, but wearing it. Yeah, I mean, I just had the 1 year of wearing it. It's fine. I mean, I'm not really like thinking, oh yeah, I want it absolutely back, because having that rainbow band, definitely felt a bit more not
Heavy?
in feel
Maybe?
at times. It didn't feel good at times. It didn't. I feel like it was definitely used by some people. Not in the final today. It's like, no, this was different. This was fine. This was just more. This was more on me. But I think in overall, I could definitely tell there was a, oh look, he's got the rainbow bands situation.
All right, Swax, thank you so much for being here. Best of luck for whatever it is that you play next, for the PCM 2023, I guess.
Well, I'm still doing points race. I've still got the points
Oh,
race.
point rates! Oh, best of luck. Actually, that's something to be hyped about. You're actually very good at it, so I hope you
I'm
manage to...
I'm hoped for P15.
Yeah, that's miracles can happen, man. Maybe you can do P14. So best of luck.
I mean, can we reduce the lobby to about 7 or 8? I can win that then.
All right, that's good to know. Best of luck for your points race. Thank you so much for coming, Swax.
Thank you.
Basso. Basso?
Yes.
Now I can hear you, Basso. That was a hectic, hellish, a very complicated race. You tried and you tried in that final stage so hard to get that gap. It didn't happen. How was that race for you, man?
I will just send a video in PCM World Cup lobby chat. This one.
Wait, let me see.
It's second after Milano Sanremo 2017.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't think it needs a translation with the asterisks on.
Yeah. But tell us on your own words.
I mean, just it should have been a gold. Yes, sue me, whatever. Qualify me, I don't care, for whatever made up reason. Overall, not a fucking silver medal.
So, do you think that you'll definitely be back to try and get that gold next year?
Man, I'll be in college, so I doubt I'll have the time to play all days.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I don't think I'm buying PCM 23, at least not right away, if I don't win it by winning points race or time trial.
That last stage took us a little bit through it. When Swaxton and Aquarius went, did you thought that was the winning move?
I mean, I pressed the follow command on Aquarius, but yeah, somehow it just ripped the peloton, like the 6-man group. Yeah, then I tried to get a certain somebody to help me, but yeah, whatever.
You want to comment, Joe?
I don't think words are needed on that one.
All right.
6 players playing chicken, and well, one of the chickens got slaughtered, so that's what it is.
All right, and
also the first stage. I mean, I was first at the top of the climb, and then I somehow lost all positions despite doing an all-out attack in the downhill. Yeah, just and regenerating full red. Still, so yeah, it is what it is.
Wasn't the best day at the office for you would say?
Yeah, I mean it's a silver. Maybe tomorrow I'll look at it in a more positive way.
But it's still silver medal at classics. Aren't you happy for that?
Right now I'm not, because I'm basically the first loser.
All right. That's the Bosco we know and love.
Multiple gold and solo. Well, Wednesday is another day, I guess.
All right, Bosco, thank you so much for being here. Best of luck for what's left of your World Championship, man.
Yeah.
Congrats on your silver. I know that later you will be able to appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. See you.
See you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
I have exams tomorrow at 9, so.
Good luck, man. Hope they go well.
I'm kind of tired, yeah. Good night.
Okay, have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our main event. Here he is, champion of the world. Welcome, Aquarius.
Hello, guys.
Uh,
We push on.
I hear there was violence after your win. Talk us through that, first of all.
Nah, I mean that's an overstatement by Gifty. I mean, I clapped my hands very hard and I hurt myself a little, but not. I didn't punch anything.
Congratulations, man. You're the world champion after being away from this game for 1 year. How does it feel?
Wow, it's so unexpected. It's amazing, but yeah, I couldn't believe it because the way that the final kilometers went. I mean, I could not believe that I was going to actually win it. Like at some point when I did attack, I mean, it's difficult to explain. I mean, not when I did attack, but when they almost caught me, and then Swaxon came. At no point I thought that I was winning until like I really crossed the line. So
Aqua,
it was very tense.
As a spectator, that attack that you did in the end, that the final one, that was something of a beauty to see. What was going through your mind? Did you really think it could be the win there?
I did not think the attack. I mean, like I was. I knew at most of the flat. I was being followed by either Joe or Basso, but at some point I thought that they started to follow each other and not me for 1 second, and I went to the front. And I think someone half attacked, and I went after it, following that attack, but not following the rider. But by the time I was out of the group, I couldn't stop anymore. I mean, otherwise I have lost anyway. So it's. I mean, I did not think when I attacked.
And then
when I was like.
did you think,
that was very funny because because in that moment I saw Sagan attacking. I didn't see anything else. I saw the notification of Sagan attacking, and when I saw that, and I didn't think it was Saxon. I thought it was Basso. I didn't correlate Sagan to World Champion team. I thought Sagan is Slovakia. So yeah, and I stopped for like half a second before realizing it was actually Saxon, the one in my group. So I thought that I had blew it at that point because I lost like 5 seconds, and if maybe they were pushing hard in that moment, they would have bridged the gap. And obviously, in that situation, I was out. But thankfully, that my lapse was not very long, and I immediately went back to full speed before they caught me. And yeah, the final it was like I was kind of waiting for Swaxon to sprint because I wanted to somehow try to follow his will. I mean, I knew I had no chance to beat him in the sprint because I had like 1 centimeter of red bar.
So that was a desperate moment for you.
Yeah, please lead me out somehow. I need some push. I mean, in the voice chat, I was in the voice chat with Miro, with Fiti and Frau. They were telling me like, you have to sprint. No, don't wait for Roxon. Because I was telling, I was half screaming, go for it, Roxon. I mean, obviously in a sprint, so it was something different, but yeah.
I guess that your proves that practice doesn't always make perfect because we're like almost 1 year without playing. How's that, man? Being away from one year, coming back, cold.
Well, I mean, I did not plan to play in this World Championship. Like, I had the game, but I wasn't. I didn't want to play, so that's why I took the time off. Yeah, when the championship, the world championship came up, well, I thought, well, I subscribed just in case I like to play. I don't know. I mean, like, I better subscribe in case I want to play and not regret later. I started playing. I
guess
went
you don't
through
now.
some rounds. Yeah, it was worth it at least.
Well, it was
partially it was because Miru got me into the team. Like he wanted to build a team with different Spain players, and I accepted. Like so eventually I decided, well, I'll try to play some solo, mostly track. My idea was a track and maybe see if I play road. But as I was going through rounds in road, I felt better. I knew my level was not up to the standards of like good players. Like I could pass some rounds if
I guess you were
the
wrong.
situation happened. Like
because it was
yeah,
at the best level.
like if you look at all the rounds, I think except for the first round, I was. Ironically in that group I was with Paso and George, and we made it all the way to the final. Well, George didn't make it in the most common way, but like he was out in the first round. It was that weird classic where Basso and I in Gante we did between both the entire top 10 with like 5 minutes over the rest of the players. But I think in every other round I passed as the last possible player in the group, like never needing to be a reserve, but always being the final place player in my group to go through. Actually.
Oh, so, by the way, Fiti, I know you're aching to say something, so talk to us.
No, I have historical data as usual, and I have an interesting fact. Since the World Cup is played like it is now with inline classics and the tour, so not only one road event, there is only 2 players in history that have won a gold medal in track and a gold medal in road solo. I'm not counting TTs on this. And they are Jose Pereira and Aquarius. They are the only 2 players in history to get a gold medal in both track and road, since road is played like it is today.
Aquarius, I'm guessing you did not know this until Fiti told us now, or maybe to you earlier.
I didn't know. I didn't know that fact. But,
makes you proud, I guess, to be one of those 2, and in such a good company. Which was that?
Yeah, if you are in a stat next to Jose Pereira, you know the stats is crazy. But
it's really in a time of very specialized players that are only for track on only for road. There are few players that have a real chance of winning road and track events, and Carlos actually is the one from. I'm not counting 200 TT or TT. I told it, Miro. I'm only counting a normal track. No, of course, Polikoud's won to TTs on the 200 TT. I'm only counting the 6 main events of track and the 3 events of road, and it's only Aquarius and Jose Pereira since 2018.
Okay, guys. We are actually going to go to the podium now because we need to honor our world champion, Aquarius. Congratulations, man. That was an incredible ending. I was actually genuinely happy to see that. That was such an epic comeback, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us rise to honor our world champion. Let's hear the Spanish national anthem. That was the Spanish national anthem. Many congratulations, Aquarius. You are the world champion. So, guys, and everyone watching, obviously, this was a fantastic final. The last stage was just, it was really, really good to see. Everything was at stake. Things changed the race situation so many times. And it was just really epic to see such a comeback like Carlos did. Congratulations to him. He's the world champion. Congratulations to Basso as well for his silver and Swaxon for his bronze. But the drama isn't over yet. Still a few more medals to handle. And tomorrow is one of them. Tomorrow, Omnium is back for its final day. So the gold, the silver, the bronze, the drama, the heartbreak, everything will be at stake in Omnium in less than 24 hours. We'll also have 200 TT final, not live, obviously, but we will do try to do the interviews for it, and we'll also do the podium for 200 TT. And obviously, we will be live for Omnium. Join us as the World Championships aren't over yet. There's still a couple more finals to see, so to speak. We still have, like I said, tomorrow 200 TT and Omnium. Wednesday, Points Race, Scratch and Eli. Thursday, the Magnificent Tour final. And then Friday, the biggest of all dogs, finishes the World Championships in TTT, but there's also ITT. Saturday is our final rest day before the main event in line on Sunday. Final week, final races. Final medals are being given. It's not over yet. Join us tomorrow for Omnium and see who will be the next champion of the world. 2 days was Aquarius. Congratulations to him. I will see you all tomorrow. I want to thank Healings, Ibra, Doggo, Ben, obviously, AML, everyone that was here helping on the stream, all the guys that came for the interviews, the players, the spectators. We do this for you. And I hope you all join us tomorrow. Many thanks to every single one of you that contributes to make this happen. Don't forget, 200 TT, Omnium are the two finals of the day tomorrow. We will be broadcasting the second one, Omnium. We will be doing interview and podiums for 200 TT. Join us to see who are the next champions of the world. Have a good night.